got a deal for y'all. His name is Rodney Dunn. He's 51, looking for a submissive woman who aims to please him.
Microphone check, 1, 2. Microphone check.
Must be
I can
educated
get this party started.
Because if you are just one or the other is not going to work, ladies.
I mean, if you hear sound out there,
he
just
looks like
making sure.
Ron Isley, Juvenile, and Steve Harvey had an orgy at Mr. Potato Head's house. Sorry, back to the list. Must know how to cook because you will be cooking for him 3 meals a day. No ugly duck women. The audacity of Ralph Tresvant to act like this after he left New Edition is crazy. No BBW women. Can't wear weave, lashes, or makeup. Here's the kicker. Weekly allowance of $100. Ladies, hey, now, you might want to step up. If you are a single if you are a single woman that is interested in this, you could be in luck. $100 a week allowance? What? And you get to cook for him 3 meals a day. Come on, you're not getting no deal like that in the streets. You got to be educated and thick. You got to be educated and thick. His teeth are messing up my pH balance, and I don't have any woman parts. That's how dusty this brother. Well, good luck to everybody if you are interested in Rodney Dunn. Single ladies, what up? Got a deal for you.
Yeah.
His name is Rodney Dunn.
Yellow, mi amor. Yellow.
These cool clips brought to you by Feisty Black Magic. Feisty Black Magic in the house. I mean, not in the house, but on screen. On screen. Here we go. All right, you know, just it's some passport bro thing is going down. You know, dancing around hoes. You know, dancing around hoes. That's what these passport bros would be like. I tried to do my best. Feisty Black Magic invitation. Yeah, these hoes, these passport bros, just getting with these wore down hoes. You know, that's what they doing. That's what they doing. You know, dark, nasty. Look at them now, nasty. Anyway, let me stop. Here we go. Let's hear what old Charleston White has to say. Here we go.
You know, I was listening to Charleston White the other day, and he said something there. I'm not even gonna lie, really kind of stopped me in my tracks to just think about, like, man, is this really the case? He was speaking on black men being just the weakest race, the weakest race of men walking this earth, of whites, Asians, Hispanics, Latinos, whatever the case. Like, black men, black American men, we are by far just the weakest. And he said something that just kind of made me think, like, damn, like, he kind of, I don't know exactly how true that whole statement is, but some of the points that he's making is kind of true. And again, and I've said this before, I've seen this switch. I seen this flip back when I was in high school. This is kind of a long clip, maybe about a minute and a half, but just bear with me.
All right, like to welcome in the house, Mistress Newbie, Bridget Mouton, Gold Reflection, Slim Duncan, Phoenix Soul. We're about to do this. Here we go.
You say that, you know, we're the weakest race. Why do other races kind of act scared of us when they see us?
They don't. They don't act scared of us, homie. They challenging us now. They only act scared of us when it's 5 or 6 of us and it's only 1 or 2 of them.
Here we go. That's what's going on here. 1 second. Joe Internet wants to play games.
But when it's 2-on-2, 4-on-4, they don't act scared. No, when it's 2-on-2 and 4-on-4, nigga, I went to that Earl Spence fight when he fought that Mexican. The Mexican wasn't scared. Nigga, I was in and around, nigga, them Irish white boys when Conor McGregor and Mayweather fought. And he was sending that racist tone.
I mean, it's funny to me. I mean, really, quite honestly, agree or disagree, Carl Charleston White is one of the most ignorant dudes in the manosphere. And the manosphere is pretty ignorant. So you know that's pretty bad. Welcome, Ellen.
Hey, dance for me, boy. Oh, yeah. Dance, boy. Oh, really? He told that to Mayweather in his face, homie. But nigga, in the fight, nigga, they were walking around like this. When Tyson Fury whooped Deontay Wilder, nigga, the cockiness of them white folks. When them white boys is kicking niggas' ass in UFC, nigga, they ain't scared of us no more.
I remember that shit.
They ain't scared of us no more, homie.
Yeah, so basically, I guess what he's saying, I thought there was a video clip. I guess for some reason, though, this guy, I don't want to, this guy's on the clip. Anyway, basically, he's trying to say that, brothers are weaker. Other races of people are not scared of us anymore. And there's a yes and no. I mean, yeah, in a group, yeah, they do seem to fear us because, well, you see us on the news every day. You can't be mad at them for that. though very much, and I think it's why a lot of black men are angry at black women is black women, black women are not seen the same light. There might be discrimination and racism. That, I mean, you can't get rid of that. But as far as being seen in the same light as black men, that's been separated a little bit. I've seen it around YouTube and I've seen it in real life where there's a difference. There's a stark difference between the way that a black woman is viewed and the way that a black man is viewed. And it's, number one, a lot of the people out there see how black men treat black women, and also they see the way that black men treat black men. So if I mean, of course, people fight and argue and all that kind of stuff, but we can't stop. We can't stop. So anyway, let me go on to the next clip. Here we go. Gail Lewis, let's it go. She mad. I'm going to show you somebody. This is a fit, feminine, and friendly woman right here. Fit, feminine, and friendly. Let me go back here. Rewind. Here we go. This woman is fit, feminine, and friendly. And basically, you know, Kevin Samuels is saying that if you're fit, feminine, friendly, and everything, you're going to do good, right? You're going to be good. But no, that's not the case. Check it out. Okay, let me go forward.
I'm a sweet person. I'll do it.
Let me go back a little bit. Maybe I should have found that. Let's go right there. Okay, this is brought to you by Everyday DJ. DJ.
Hey, y'all. Well, it's story time in regards to that video I posted this morning of my husband and his mistress at the Atlanta airport. So let me just preface this by saying I'm a nice person. I'm a sweet person. I'll do anything for my family and my friends.
Remember, this is you know, Gail Lewis. Gail Lewis, fit, feminine, friendly, attractive, everything. Well, geez. Yeah. Yep. Let's see what happens.
And I'll help anybody out.
Let's see what that all gets you.
Try to stay in my own lane. I try not to bother anyone or do any of that. But when people play in my face and plot and plan and do foul stuff, I'm not so nice anymore. And that's how most of us are. So let me start by saying on October 29th of 2022, my husband was scheduled to come home from a trip from Europe. He told me he had been over there working, and he worked a lot for his, you know, his corporate job. I thought he was working anyway. Told me he had a speaking engagement in Europe. So I wanted to make sure that I had dinner and everything ready for him by the time he got home. So I called the airline. So I knew the flight number, and I was driving, so I couldn't, type it in my computer, because usually if you just type a flight number in, it'll just pop up what time the flight's going to land. So I had to call the airline that day. And when I asked the flight attendant, or not the flight attendant, I'm sorry, but the representative, what time that flight came in, he asked for my husband's name. And I was like, you don't need his name. I was like, just give me the flight information. You know, if I typed it in, I just need the flight information. You don't need his name. So he was adamant about me giving the name. So I gave him the name. He comes back a few minutes later and he says, Mr. Such and Such and Miss what's her name landed 20 minutes ago. So I'm in shock, because I've been married 25, 26 years, and I'm thinking I'm just married to this outstanding, upstanding citizen. So I said, no.
That does not sound good at all. Now, see, of course, Mr. Cheater himself would say that she's supposed to stick with him, right? You know, that's what he would say, right? Let's see what he has to say.
And not the dominant alpha male or the super select guy. The only way you're going to end up becoming pre-select is by approaching women.
So women can tell I'm not getting no play?
Anybody, all 462 people in the chat room could tell you ain't getting no play. That's the energy you're getting. Because
Yeah,
you're
Mr. Expert tells you you're supposed to be fit, feminine, friendly, and submissive, and you get everything you want. Well, that didn't work out. It didn't work out for somebody. It didn't work out. Let's get back into it. Here we go.
He comes back a few minutes later and he says, Mr. Such and Such and Miss what's her name landed 20 minutes ago. So I'm in shock because I've been married 25, 26 years, and I'm thinking I'm just married to this outstanding, upstanding citizen. So I said, no, just his name. I don't know who that other person is, but just his name. And the guy states again, he was like, Mr. Such and Such and Miss what's her name just landed a few minutes ago, like 20 minutes ago. So I'm sitting in the Kroger parking lot like what does this mean? I'm still I'm in a state of shock actually. So my head is spinning by this time.
He was trying to tell you
going up, and I'm
something.
like, what does this mean? I'm like, oh, okay. So right after that, my husband calls, and I was trying to hold it in, trying to hold what I was feeling in. So I was like, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say
Mrs.
anything.
Newby, that customer service rep was being messy. He knew it was
right now. I'm going to wait till he gets to the house because he was like, oh, I missed you. It's been a long, long week. This is the hardest money I ever earned, but I wish you could have gone with me. And I was like, okay, well, you can tell me about your trip when you get home. So, okay, stand by y'all for the rest. So, okay, y'all. So when he comes home, I greet him at the door, give him a hug and a kiss and ask him about his trip while he's unpacking. And so I'm like, show me some pictures from your trip. And he was like, oh, I didn't take any pictures. I was running around working and we were just so busy and on the go. We were just, just going to and fro.
He kept, see, that's what dudes do. See, basically the bottom line is this, we're getting into it. We're not even halfway done yet with this part. I'm telling you, it's like, the thing is that men almost revel these days, especially at post Kevin Samuels era, which is still kind of going when you think about it, revel in cheating. They really took to his thing about that, high value men, should be allowed to be cheating and whatever. They really got into that shit. So what they don't understand is that even if you're a high value man, you reduce your value to other women if they know you have a history of cheating, because nobody wants to be cheated on, really. When you think about it, nobody wants to be cheated on. Nobody wants to be sharing something that they find special to them. Let's keep it going.
Like, oh, okay. So we go to have dinner. I was like, hey, I called the airlines to see what time your flight was getting in. And I said, they told me there was someone else on your itinerary. And I tell him the person's name. And he was like, who was that? And I was like, I don't know. You tell me. He was like, oh, I don't know who that is. And he was like, he said, they must have made a mistake. So I was like, well, okay. So I went along with it, but something about it, my spirit just was not feeling right. So I was like, something about this is just not right. So that night when we go to bed, he's sleeping over there, just a snoring. I'm over there tossing and turning because I was like, something about this just does not feel right. So something tells me in the morning when you get up, go check your credit card bills that are on the counter. So the credit card bills are all stacked up out on our kitchen counter, and I don't open them because I don't pay the bill. I mean, it's American Express bill each month. They be high. So I was like, I ain't got none on it, so no need for me to open them. But I felt it was my account. I added him to it years ago, and I just let him open it, open the bill and pay it. And there was sometimes I would open it, but most times I would just look at my portion of it and just keep it moving. So that morning when I get up, I go to church and he tells me that he had to leave because he had to catch up on work and all that kind of stuff later on in the day. So I was like, okay. So I go to church and when I come back from church, I get ready to go to the Falcon game. But something was like, check one of those credit card bills before you go. When I opened up that bill, the woman that the airline employee mentioned that was on his itinerary, her name was up and down my credit card bill.
Remember, Gail here is, as you can see, she's lovely, right? Fit, feminine, friendly, submissive, and everything. It doesn't matter. That was never what it was about. It was just another bullshit excuse that the chocolate red pill made to try to manipulate women. That's all it was.
Flights here, flights there, flights to Paris, Delta vacations, country here.
He's literally treating his mistress better than his wife. Literally.
An island there. So I'm thinking this was in 1 month. So I'm sitting there like, what in the world? So by this time, y'all, I'm steaming and I got to go to this Falcon game with my girlfriends and try to act like I'm having a good time. But the whole time, my mind is racing.
Damn.
So I was like, okay. So I come home that night. I stack up all those bills. I got bills for like 8 months worth of bills. Actually, that was October. So 10 months. I pulled from December of 21 to October of 22. And when I tell you, it was very telling. This woman's name was on every one of my bills for each of those months, several times.
I mean, he's literally, that's even worse. I mean, that just shows you how correct Cynthia G was, how correct Priscilla was when they said that, Black men are not capable of love. I'm a Black man here, but I mean, that's a strong argument right here. When you have a man who is literally spending all his wife's money on his mistress, that's about as low as you can go.
So while I thought he was out working and telling me that I couldn't travel with him because, he didn't want to get distracted. Oh, he had a travel mate, all right. He had one. Stand by for part 3. So I go through all these credit card bills, finds this girl's name for months on my credit card bills for the last 10 months specifically. So at that time I try to call his phone, call my husband's phone and text him. No answer, no text back. So I called his boy's house because he told me he was going to his boy's house to watch football. No answer from him. So I texted him and was like, hey, is he with you? No answer back. Then all of a sudden, here come my phone ringing. It's my husband. Like, oh, I ran out to get something to eat. Like, what's up? And I was like, oh, you know what's up. I said, and I started repeating the girl's name. And he was like, why you keep saying that name? And I was like, I kept saying the name. So he's
still playing the game. He's still playing games. He knows the gig is up, but he's still playing the games. That's how low. That's really low character right there.
Like, well, I don't understand why you keep calling the name. And I was like, oh yeah. I said, your gig is up. I was like, you nasty motherfucker. I was like, your gig is up. So he was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm on my way home. I was like, bring your ass on home. I was like, come home. Because by this time, I'm furious. So I hang up the phone. I'm just like livid, y'all. I promise you. I think my blood pressure was on like 1,000 that day. So he comes in and he come in like all Billy Bad. Like, why you keep mentioning that name? And I was like, you tell me why I keep mentioning that name. So I was like, I'm going to ask you this. I said, I'm going to ask you one time. I said, no, I know the truth. I was like, was such and such on this flight with you? He was like, no, I don't know why you keep mentioning that name. I don't know who that is. I said, I'm going to ask you one more motherfucking time and know that I know the truth. Don't lie to me.
Low character. He's still trying to lie.
And it was like this mask fell off of him. And he sat down in his chair and he was like, yeah, she was with me. And I was like, okay. I said, so that's your girlfriend? He was like, yeah. I said, well, how long you been with her? He said, a couple of years. And I was like, okay. So by this time, I can't hold it together. I mean, I think all I remember doing, I remember crying and I had a really, really bad headache. And all he said to me was, and this was what he says was really kind of like cut me. He was like he was relieved. He was like, at least I ain't got to lie no more. I'm sorry I hurt you, but at least I don't have to lie anymore. So by
Damn, that's crazy. Welcome, Rack Girl in the house. Phoenix Soul in the house. Bridget Mouton in the house. Ellen Ripley in the house. Mistress Newbie in the house. Here we go.
I'm like, say what now? So I'm screaming, I'm yelling. My son's upstairs. He comes down, goes back up because I was like, everything's fine. But my head is like hurting like really, really bad, guys. So I come back to my bathroom to try to get some medicine. So I was like, let me check my blood pressure. Blood pressure was like 190 over 110 or something.
Dang,
Like
okay.
So I was like,
welcome, Camo.
I gotta get to a hospital. So
Getting the caskets in the house.
stand by. It gets more interesting. So by this time, my head.
Let me pause right there. She is absolutely gorgeous right there. Dude cheated on her anyway. Yeah, she better be careful because that blood pressure level that's way too high. Even if you know, for any reason, even if you were upset, that's way too high. Here we go.
And I know I need to go to the hospital. I know something is wrong. So of course I'm crying. I'm hysterical, trying to put my clothes on. He's trying to touch me and pet me up like, oh, I'm just so sorry that I made you feel this way. Now, didn't really have any compassion in his voice.
No, he wasn't. He was just lying. Marcy D in the house.
Any of that kind of stuff. So I was like, don't touch me. So I drive myself to the airport. He was like, I'll drive you. I was like, I said, I'll take my chances. I drive myself to the airport. I get there. Blood pressure is off the charts to the point they're like, ma'am, you're about to have a stroke. You got to calm down. And I really couldn't even talk. So they were like, you got to calm down. So they call my doctor. We get the medicine. They try to get it under control. So I'm there for a couple of hours.
Damn.
So I come home and he's sitting on the couch eating Cheetos. Like, ain't shit happened, right? Then comes in like, oh, what they say? And I was like, they said, they got my pressure, kind of down because it went all the way down. They said, go see a doctor in the morning. So that night I could not sleep. I cried all night long to the point when I got up that morning, I really couldn't even see. My eyes were so swollen. So I'm tore up, right? So I go out later that morning. He's upstairs. I come upstairs because I slept in another bedroom. He's around here like, he having a good day and shit. Like,
yeah, he never, I mean, really, quite honestly, at least for the last 2 years, he never cared about her. She was just pretty much an option.
His burdens is light. Mine heavy, but his is light. So I come up and then he's out in our family room and I was like, look, I said, I don't know. And I'm still in a state of confusion. So I was like, I don't know what happened last night. And I was like, I don't know what I've done wrong. Because by this time I'm blaming myself. I was like, I know I'm getting older, but I try to keep myself up. I try to look nice, do whatever I can as a wife. I was like, I've tried my best. So I don't even know what I could have done or what I can do. So I'm taking the blame. And he was like, oh, it's not you. Like, it's not you. So, but I'm like, no, like, it's got to be me. He was like, no, he's like, you're a good wife. You've been a really good wife. So I was like, well, I'll tell you what. I was like, I'm confused here. I say, so what we need to do, I was like, I think we need to sell the house. Let's move away, try to start over. You go to counseling. I go to counseling. We do some counseling and we start over. So he was kind of like real smug with it. Like, well, if that's what you want, like, yeah, we can do that. So I was
he doesn't care. He's moved on. He's moved on. He thinks he has himself, a hot new thing and everything. That's why he's acting that way. He really doesn't care about this woman.
Well, what about her? Are you going to stop seeing her? So he paused for like 20 seconds and kind of tilted his head to the side. He was like, I ain't going to tell you I'm going to stop seeing her. And I was like,
told you. Didn't I tell you? That's how they roll. That's how the manosphere negras roll. They've learned to have a lack of empathy. They've learned to have this. I mean, basically, I think I'm not going to say learned because this is a lack of empathy is really something that you have built in. I think he was putting on a facade all this time. For all we know, he was banging women all the way through their marriage. That's how confident I'm confident that's the case. Marcy D breaks it down like this. He would have been choking on those Cheetos just to cheetah if he would have been on his COD from the country in the corner. Yeah, this is asinine. Yep, true.
Of course. He was like, oh, I don't want a divorce. He was like, I ain't gonna let nobody fuck up my money. And I was blown away. When he hit me with
See that's why they whine about divorce and child support, is because it's about them. It's about nobody else but themselves, so they can continue to do the banditry they love to do. Here we go. Listen again.
And we start over. So he was kind of like real smug with it, like, well, if that's what you want, like, yeah, we can do that. So I was like, well, what about her? Are you gonna stop seeing her? So he paused for like 20 seconds and kind of tilted his head to the side. He was like, I ain't gonna tell you I'm gonna stop seeing her. And I was like, then you want a divorce? He was like, oh, I don't want a divorce. He was like, I ain't
That
gonna
is so true, Rat Girl. Unfortunately, too many black women blame themselves when the plantation buck bucks. Bars.
nobody fuck up my money. And I was blown away. When he hit me with the, I don't want a divorce, but I'm gonna keep seeing her because I ain't gonna let nobody fuck up my money. Let me tell you something. That was definitely the wrong answer and told me everything I needed to know
So
about him.
all those men who want to say, oh yeah, women get 80% divorce. Now you see why. I told you it was it's over some BS dudes do. Most of the time that's what it is. And it's funny because how can you really ignore that not being the fact, since in most cases dudes be saying, yeah, we should be able to have, a harem of women. That you guys said it. You guys said it in the manosphere. You said that, everything that Lord Samuel said is the truth, and you can cheat and should be able to cheat. Well, this is why you're getting your ass left. This is why you're getting your ass left. And then you get mad. You ignore. That's where this is the 80% right here. You're looking at it right here. This is what happens. Gorgeous woman, fit, feminine, friendly, submissive, everything. And you guys still going to F it up. So yeah, that's where you get your ass divorced. Just sign them papers, pay the money, and shut the hell up. Go on with your your mistress somewhere and enjoy life.
About the marriage and what I needed to do next. So for the next couple of days, I'm still in a state of confusion. And I remember once I found the girl's name, I went to Instagram, good old Instagram, you go look there, you find anything. So I look up her name, I see her, and I'm really like feeling down. I'm like, oh my God, like she's beautiful. He wants someone younger, like I ain't all that, So I'm just tearing my ass up. So, my girls
and it's definitely not her. Again, she's gorgeous her damn self. But dudes, they into that shit. They into that Kevin Samuels bullshit. And it's ruining, it's probably increased the amount of divorces. I'm telling you, the manosphere is built for one thing, and it's built to convince women to accept abuse. I'm telling you.
Later that day, my best friend called that morning and was checking in on me, and I was trying to hide it from her, but I couldn't. So I'm like in a ball of tears, tell her what's happened. She's in a state of shock. And usually she always got something to say, but she was left speechless. So she calls my other girlfriend. She calls. We all in a state of shock. Everybody's tore to pieces. So that day, after, I tell them what happened and everything, everybody, we just call it, we all were shocked. So the next day I go and meet with them because I see this girl on Instagram and I'm telling them about it. So they asked me to come out to lunch, have lunch with them, my two girlfriends. So, because they needed to tell me something. So, and I bring it up. I was like, well, I see her pictures on Instagram. And I was like, she's pretty. And they were like, girl, she ain't all that damn pretty. Like, that's filters and plastic surgery and a whole bunch of other shit. Like, girl, it ain't even all that. And they were like, and kind of, it's like, we ain't trying to offend you. Y'all actually kind of favor each other. Like, she may be the younger version of you. So I'm thinking, like, I don't look like her. Like,
what?
Girl's, pretty. Like, it's I don't look like that. So in the interim, I was like, well, at least I said they don't have any pictures of themselves up on her Instagram. So my girlfriends was like, that's why we needed to meet with you. They were like, there is a picture out there. So by this time, y'all, I'm devastated. So our food tries to come. We have Papa Do's. Food comes. I'm so distraught from tears. And
Papa Do's. Yeah, Kevin Samuel loved him some Papa Do's, didn't he? Mistress Newbie breaks it down like this. I remember when I was making money from trading stocks, my ex-husband felt he was entitled to it, but didn't want me to teach him how to trade. I blew through that money. He didn't get a dime. I hear that.
A hot mess. Couldn't really even eat. And we went into how bad off I was. You know you bad off when you can't do this. We needed to pray over our food. I couldn't even put my hands together to pray. I have never had that to happen. I couldn't even pray. I literally put my head down on the table while they were saying a prayer and cried. And basically they made me try to eat because I really could not eat anything. Damn. So it was just
that's bad.
It was just a complete mess. So when I get home, my husband, he was actually gone. I think he was gone, but he claimed he had a trip or something. And then he tells me when he did come home, like, well, I need to talk to you because I think we need a little break. So he was like, you need a break. So
what? Now he wants to call the shots. That's the funny part. After effing up, he wants to call the shots. Marcy D breaks it down like this. I'm happy, sane, peaceful, and single, of course. I hit the wall. hey, and you see, and you see Gail here going through it, and she's married. So that value in marriage is not really a valuable thing unless both people are happy.
You can think about some things. And I was like, huh? Like, I need to think about some things. He was like, yeah, you need a break so you can think about some things. So yeah, to add insult to injury.
Sounds like he thought about it a lot. He thought about going all over the States, going over the lays and vacation with somebody else and cheating and being a lowlife. That's what he went. That's what he thought about.
He needs to go away for 3 to 6 months for me to think about some things and to think some things over. And I was like, I need to think some things over. I was like, I don't need to think about anything. He was like, yeah, I need to go away so you can think about some things. So I'm like, okay. And
welcome, New Diamond. That was shade and an insult, compliment, but a backhand slap. Exactly.
This is a straw that broke the camel's back when he said this. And I knew that this man actually had no love for me and that he had been planning and plotting for a long time.
Yep.
He was like, yeah, and if you find somebody in that 3 to 6 month time frame, I'll understand. Now, who tell their spouse that? If they really love you, they don't want you all sleeping with nobody.
Ooh, I told you, he does not care at all about her, but he cares about his money. And he was caught cheating. That's crazy.
Else, not if everybody normal, ain't nobody sick or doing anything like that. So I knew then, I was like, I don't have but one other option. Divorce is the only option for me. And I prayed about it, asked God about it. And when
there we go. Then now she's thinking. Now that should have been really the first thing when he started on lying all the time, because that's just a sign that he's going to do it again. Even if he said he was going to stop. Yeah, I'd leave her. I'd divorce him as soon as possible, and then watch him figure it out. Because that young lady herself, she'll find somebody else. Remember now, she was happy spending his wife's money. His money is going to run thin. I'm telling you, his money is going to run thin. Because remember, he has travel money because he has a wife who has money.
He was sending me signs. If you listen, he will send you signs. And he sent me sign after sign after sign, y'all.
Probably hit you over the head with divorce lawyers.
And each day I've gotten stronger. And I think my husband thought that, I don't know what he thought about me or what kind of person I was, but because he knew how I felt about infidelity. And I always used to tell him, hey, if something ever happens, tell me on the front end, because I'm gonna hurt one way or the other, on the front end, on the back end. Just let me know, but don't play me for no fool. So he thought he got boo-boo the fool over here. So I was like, okay. And for Miss Girl that you saw in the video, yeah, she knew about me. He would have her at restaurants, hotels, games, had other women serving me my drinks. They'd feet under my table speaking to me, and he's sleeping with all these women. That is humiliating, y'all. So, you know what? I was like, if you give me shit to taste, I'm gonna let you taste it back. So to the airport video, yeah, I was shocked. I was dismayed because that was my first time seeing them. I knew eventually that I would see them out somewhere. It's Atlanta, and hey, it's a small town. So it's a big town, but it's a small town.
Remember now, she was everything these manosphere men want: fit, feminine, friendly, submissive. This woman right here that he was married to for all that time, he threw that away for basically his peen. He needed to feed his peen. And I guarantee you, sooner or later, both of them, his mistress and his wife, will find out he was sleeping with other women too.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try my best to be classy and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes that just don't work. Because when you go in the gutter, when people go gutter with you, and I have to apologize to Michelle Obama, girl, when you said that, when they go low, we go high, that ain't my motto. Because when they go low, I go low.
Hey, look, you know what I mean? That, yeah, when they go low, a lot of people, they want to go lower, you know, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. To me, if that's where you feel you need to go, I ain't gonna stop you.
Oh, I go gutter. I'm going gutter. I'm going to swim down with the rats with your ass. So I was like, okay, yeah. So she knew, and she was on Instagram sending all her little subliminal messages and all of that. Like, yeah, okay, I got you, girl. But y'all, when all this is over, I got a little story to tell about her and the rest of his story too. Our story. It's actually our story. This is my story to
Welcome,
tell.
Blessed DNC. Thank you for the new sub. Congratulations. Give Blessed DNC a hand of applause, everybody. Here we go.
So I'll share more with you all, but let me tell you something that's a cautionary tale. If you all want to move on, just say you want to move on, y'all. Because if you fuck around, you definitely gonna find out. And just like him, my husband got the 1 and the 2. Be good.
I gotta hear that one more time. Here we go.
Her and the rest of his story too. Our story. It's actually our story. This is my story to tell. So I'll share more with you all, but let me tell you something that's a cautionary tale. If you all want to move on, just say you want to move on, y'all.
Yeah, you might as well.
Around, you definitely gonna find out. And just like him, my husband got the 1 and the 2. Be good. Y'all hear from me later. Bye.
No. Hell to the no.
To the na. Hell to the na. To the na. That's a new thing. So that's his new thing, right? Looks literally like
I'm finna beat your.
And
you want to be a sugar baby? Who took this photo? Gail's husband. Soon be eating thin air when girl finish with you. Girl finna air your business out in divorce court.
Yeah, there he is. Wait, look how handsome he is. I mean, he's just the cat. He's the catch. He's the catch.
Thin air when girl finish with you.
You know, he's the catch.
Girl finna air your business out in divorce court.
Bring it up. There we go. He's the catch. Average looking. Look at her. She looks way better than he do. This is his wife here. She looks gorgeous. She competes with the other young lady. You know, I guarantee you right now she's up in the gym, Joe, though, getting even better. I guarantee you. See, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, ladies. These dudes are just going to do what they want to do. That's why Cynthia G and the Queen Maker, they say what they say because they know no matter how you treat a man, it's clear that men they make the excuse on them not getting treated right. But the bottom line is that it doesn't matter. It wouldn't matter. It's just built in. The way that he treated her after she found out told you everything you needed to know. He could care less. He could care less about her. He just wanted his money. Now, you know he doesn't have money. You know how I know? Do you guys want to know how I know that he doesn't have that kind of money? Because if he had that kind of money, he would have used his own credit card. You know what I mean? He would have had his own credit, his own American Express or whatever the hell it was. That shows you that how dusty he is. Fool of crap.
Sabrina Sutton. That's Sabrina Sutton. This is the girl that has been sleeping with Gail's husband. Okay.
Yeah, Sabrina Sutton. She's pretty. She's pretty. And don't, hey, look. Women who cheat with men that cheat and more so no, they're next. Couple more years. You know what I mean? A couple more years and she'll be on the chopping block too. I guarantee you. So, I mean, that's what's going to happen. Welcome, enlightened fam in the house.
She got a husband and they was in 2018, I guess they was married. Or they was after 2018.
What?
This was 2011. So 2018, what happened?
Wait, so Sabrina, sweetheart, so you had a husband too? Oh man. What happened after 2018? I see you still have you, what? Oh my, wait a minute. Let's keep going.
2018, 2016, 2017, 2018, and then it goes blank. So she reaches out. She reaches out to her husband. Y'all still married? You and Sabrina. Oh, sorry. Let me start over. Hello. How are you? I hope you're doing well. You okay, boo? We need to talk right now. Now, this is not Gail. This is someone who is messaging for Gail. Mr. Harold Lewis. You thought I wouldn't find you too? Harold Lewis. All right. Now, Sabrina actually started reporting this girl after they gave up her name because Gail never gave up her name. But it says, woke up to get ready for my 12-hour shift, and Miss Ma'am Sabrina won't stop reporting my posts. The devil works hard, but Sabrina Hutton works harder.
Damn. What?
Man.
Let me drop
finally Sabrina Hutton.
Let me drop the link just in case somebody want to get in on this roast, because this is crazy. Just in case, you know, this is crazy right here. I knew it was going to get messy.
Oh, Sabrina Sutton. Is it Hutton or Sutton? Sabrina Sutton. Sabrina Sutton, finally found you. I've been searching for hours. Woo. Girl, why? I mean, does she look like a? I mean, kinda. Not really. They both got the same skin tone. Beautiful. Same like arch in the eyebrows. Same, yeah. I guess they do kind of look alike. A younger version of her, you know. Gail finna beat your who took this picture? Gail's husband. That's funny. You'll soon be eating thin air when Gail finish with y'all. This how Gail finna air y'all business out in front of divorce court on a projector.
Oh, they was clouding her, and they was clouded online.
Oh, so she a businesswoman too, so I'm pretty sure, you know, there's been some crazy nonsense going on.
Wait, is that Gail? Wait, is that Gail right there?
I'll finish with y'all.
Wait, I guess that's Gail right there. She has a nice shape. They're really, I mean, quite honestly, they're extremely competitive. Extremely competitive. Exactly. Home wrecker. She knew what she was.
How Gail finna air y'all business out in front of divorce court on a projector. Oh, so she a businesswoman too, so I'm pretty sure, you know, there's been some crazy nonsense going on.
I mean, when he went from Gail's photo to this woman who was younger, they about the same. I mean, really, as far as attractiveness, they're about the same. There's an age difference probably. And so, see, dude, I'm telling you right now, I don't know how new this is, but I can tell you right now that I bet they're not even. I bet this Sutton woman isn't even with dude anymore.
What it do, everyday people, man? This your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back at it.
Yeah, this is PJ. Let me see if there's anything else on here. Let's see. Okay, he's still talking about him here. Let's let PJ say.
Shout out to Gail Lewis, man. She going through it right now.
Yeah.
But in any case, what does this tell y'all? Man, everybody ain't perfect. They can act perfect, but they ain't. Shout out to Kimmy Freedom for looking.
No, I think it goes deeper than that. I think it goes into showing you how fake men can be in our community. Okay, I think it's part of the pimping theory. It's part of the pimping culture. You know, having multiple women. It didn't even bother him. The only thing that bothered him was the inconvenience of okay, now I got to deal with some changes in my life. That's all he thought about.
If y'all can find Kimmy Freedom 876 on TikTok, y'all can see this story. That's how I was first introduced to this story, and I was like, let me do some digging. Found Gail Lewis, watched her videos, reacted to it with you guys. That was the first time I actually seen the full video. I seen people break it down in several different ways. That's what, after I seen the third video, I said, I got to check out this story. So I looked up and I really reacted to it right with y'all. That's why I was kind of intrigued, but I kind of knew the basis of the story because people broke it down and I was just like, damn. But actually listening to her.
I mean, right here is like this. I guess he's just doing commentary right now. So I'll do my commentary. I mean, basically, this is just proof that whole fit, feminine, friendly, submissive thing was full of crap. What that meant is let me cheat in peace. That's what it really means. That's basically what it means. Welcome, Mystic Moon in the house. That's all it means. Blessed DNC in the house, Rag Girl in the house, New Diamond in the house, Ellen Ripley in the house, Phoenix Soul in the house. We got everybody up in here. We got Bridget in the house, Ellen in the house, Enlightened Femme in the house, Kittens and Caskets in the house. Everybody up in the clouds. We about to get down. We just getting started. The party has begun. The party has begun, folks. So this was perfect for tonight. This was just a perfect beginning. You saw how it went down. It don't matter. I guarantee you in a month or two, we're going to see some new things where his new boo is gonna be, you know, with somebody else. And he's going to be the one go, oh, women are mean, even though he did this to his wife. Watch, it's going to happen. The Rat Girl says, this is why I call them plantation bucks. They live like Massa is searing them out across the country. Here we go. Man, that was perfect. Well, let's check this out. Let's check out the glitch theory. Since everybody, all the men love Kevin Samuels so much, let's get into it. Let me go back. Here we go. All right, this is brought to you by Tanya TKO. Here we go.
For the live performances, if you want to call it that. So listen, here we go. Are you all ready for this madness? Because oh God, this is so much. Hey, let's just get this. Let's just get the party.
Just so you know, this is what's going on. This man is sleeping in Kevin Samuels' bed. There's no doubt about it. It was taken from Kevin Samuels' camera that night. Everybody's seen that. Everybody's seen this. Okay. So anyway, we're about to have some fun. We're about to have some fun. If they want to, if these red pill dudes want to diss black women and try to roast, we can roast too on this end. We can do it right here. You know, K Brown in the house. Here we go.
Started. Here we go.
The glitch that had the kids here. Need us like.
They always hang around the cool kids. I tried to tell them I'm not gonna marry your mama, and I'm not gonna be your stepdaddy.
So listen to him talking all that smack. Talking all that smack. Like he the man.
Baby Yoda.
Wait, let me pump it up a little bit. Let me pump it up. I want to make sure you hear every word of his ish talking.
What you got for me? How old are you, by the way? 44. So y'all don't remember them kids. See, boys like that used to put them we put them in a special ed class.
See, he's talking all that smack. How these men clung to a man that was twice divorced and didn't pay child support is beyond me. Well, no, it's not actually, because they probably wanted to do the same shit. Anyway, K Brown in the house. K Brown is in town. Here we go.
We can't use the word we used to use. But anyway, what do you got for me? Black women, what are you willing to do?
I've been thinking about this, but I think that we need to have more patience when it comes to.
I know it's hard to hear, but it don't matter what he's saying. Boom. Uh-oh. Oops. He hit the wrong button. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you hit the wrong button. If I hit the wrong button, you just get a close-up of my fishing gear. When he hits the wrong button, he's got a whole man in his bed. Okay, you're probably saying, well, maybe it's a relative or something like that, right? A relative, that would be the go-to, right? He didn't say nothing though. Listen.
I think that with having more patience, then hopefully that will lead to better results down the road.
So this is what we know. This is what we know. He obviously Kevin is living in very meager means, like only has one room to live in, right? And this is the best scenario you can give this. That's one of his, his family members or something, but he's in meager means, only has one room to live in. Otherwise, the dude would be sleeping on a sofa in a living room, right, or something, or would be, be in his separate room, right? See, people don't think through these things like this. And when I get over to Brick Lady, you guys are going to be amazed. I'm telling you, the shit's not going to turn out how everybody's going to think with the Brick Lady. But back to this. So we know he only has one room. So remember, this is Mr. High Value Man. And we know that if you're living high value, you live in more than just one room. Think about it. He's doing his whole video operation in one room. It's all mixed in together. He has no other rooms to go to put his equipment in because he only has one room. He's renting a room. He had that little amount of money. Let's keep it going.
Allow us to do better in challenging times.
Watch.
Somebody's sleeping in the
he just that's called self-snitching, y'all. Because he was on there for a long time. It must have been at least 2 minutes. I mean, that is just like he's just laughing, kikiing, and you guys are like, oh yeah, Kevin Samuels is a man's man. Oh yeah, he's a man's man, all right. He's a man's man, all right. He is a man's man. Look, it's the same room. He's Mr. High Value. You know, if remember that clip that rolled around YouTube streets where he was running away from the landlord because he was behind on rent. Then he tried to give her some excuse on to why he wasn't paying it. Here we go.
Yeah, having more patience with men. Are you married?
No, I'm not.
Ever been married?
So a man, this is deep here. So a man who can't even afford his own apartment can only pay for a room. Okay, is talking smack. It's talking smack to black women for over 2 years. You have to just let that sink in, because basically, you want to know something? Most of the men in the manosphere are just like this. Obsidian was the same way. He didn't have any money. But they tried to make men believe they had money because that's what men respect, is a man with money. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Welcome to the stage, Darnell. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, DJ Torch. How about yourself?
Doing good.
All right. Yeah, I missed you on Razor Rays yesterday.
Yeah, I dipped in there for a minute because I wanted to find out firsthand what makes these guys literally go to war zones for prostitutes. I really did.
Well, I mean, I know what you're saying, but I think Warzone is a bit of a threat. But
it's not a threat. It's just my opinion.
I said stretch.
Oh, stretch. A stretch. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll go over that later, But yeah, I just got, something, Darnell, along with doing, we're going to still do that math, the math thing, we were talking about, remember? But I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to bring this up too. I think I'll do a live stream on trying to understand the mindset of these dudes. I tried, right? But
yeah,
we'll get around to it. But so, what do you have you caught any of this clip right here, Lord Samuel?
No,
okay.
Yes. Praise be.
Yeah. Praise the Lord, Samuel. Everybody, clap your hands.
I know. I need Indiana mom to help me with the church choir.
I hear that. Yeah, she'll probably come through soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is around the time he went viral. Still had that child support he had to pay that he never paid. So this is a funny thing. They talk all that smack about child support, yet he himself wasn't even paying it. So, and he still was broke, still lived in a single room. That's crazy. Nothing wrong with being broke or living in a single room, but if you're going to talk shit about women, then you should have a little something and stop faking the funk. He faked the funk good though. He faked it good.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, them dudes they were taking a hook, line, and sinker. He's reeling them in, and it's funny because at the end of the day, he pimped those dudes good. Men.
Yeah.
If this is men on men tricking.
Oh yeah. Is be honest with you, DJ Torch in the Red Pill, or Red Pill, and even other spaces is more common than what you think.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Here
It's
we go, everybody.
way more common than you think.
All right. So listen, okay. You all couldn't hear the audio. You know what? That's fine. We're going to play it again. Don't worry. It's because we have a new audio setup. So things are a little bit different. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to be able to get this audio in. So let's see. How do we listen? Let's see. So did you all see that at least? Let's see. How do we do this? You know what I'm going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I am going to play this again, right? I'm going to turn my microphone around to my computer where the sound is coming out. And then we're going to we're going to play this again because it's unbelievable. You have to hear the conversation because the ridiculousness of it all. So let's try this again. Are you all ready? Oh, all right. Let's see. We'll get it. Don't worry. Here we go. We'll get it. We're about to do it again right now. Here we go.
The glitch that has the kidney sphere niggas playing.
They always hang around the cool kids.
Yeah, exactly. Bless DNC. He had men simping hard for him with those cash apps and super chats. Yeah, he pimped them dudes hard.
Tell him I'm not gonna marry your mama, and I'm not gonna be your stepdaddy. So stop coming around.
And remember now, he's talking to women that have their whole apartment, okay, at least, if they're not their whole house. He's talking disrespectfully to them. Meanwhile, he's living in a single room that he rented, that he couldn't pay the rent on time, and somebody is in his bed. That's interesting, and it's not a woman. Ellen Ripley breaks it down like this. I always had a girl crush on Tanya Tikio, even though she is old enough to be my mom. I always found her so femme.
Baby Yoda. Anywho, what you got for me? How old are you, by the way?
44.
44. So remember them kids. See, boys like that used to put them. We put them in the special ed class when we were coming up. We can't use the words we used to use. But anyway, what do you got for me? Black women, what are you willing to do to save our community?
I've been thinking about this, but I think that we need to have more patience when it comes to dealing with
Not super class, whole apartment.
just in general.
There it goes.
And I think that with having more patience, then,
Same room.
hopefully that will lead to better results down the road. Even
Oops.
allow us to do better in challenging times.
Mm-hmm. The heck just happened here? Somebody's sleeping in the bed.
And then he has a nerve to laugh with feminine. Somebody sleeping in the bed. I want you to hear that again. Listen close.
The heck just happened here? Somebody's sleeping in the bed.
So remember now, that dude is right next to him while he's sleeping during his show. Okay? There's no, fellas, I'm sorry. I know you want to log off. Welcome, Why is Seeking Knowledge. I know you want to log off. This is not a good look. This is your hero. Look, there is nothing wrong with he can love who he wants to love. The problem is what he was trying to portray is different. Now, the thing is that I know you guys probably want this clip to go away. Sorry, no. Why Seeking Knowledge breaks it down just like this. He was selling them irresponsibility, bars. Being fully absolved from fault for everything, bars. That is priceless. Exactly. That's why he's revered and respected to this day. Exactly. Because they want to be able to do the same thing, have the same irresponsibility, the whole kit and caboodle. Let me keep playing.
Oh, yeah, glitch the system.
He would have been better off just not saying anything, really. He would have been better off just not saying anything and said that was just a glitch. And somebody, you know, he could have lied and said something. He doesn't mind lying, so he could have just made another lie and said, "Hey, you know, oh, that was somebody else's feed. It wasn't my feed. He's not sleeping in my one bedroom because I only have one bedroom." And you know, so we have a man, okay, in a man's bed in a single room, talking smack about black women. Now, everything else, believe it or not, hey, look, that's your life. You want to be with a man, be with a man. If you're a man, that's up to you. But to turn around and then roast black women that were probably doing better than you, remember now, it's not just one thing. It's not just because a dude's in his bed. It's not just because he's living in a room, not a house or an apartment or like a penthouse, okay? Or anything like that. I wonder when he has to get this suit back to get a return on it. Because you heard he did that too, right? In between scamming other men out of their money.
Yeah, I'm aware of the scams. When I first looked up, it's when I first found out about Kevin Samuels. You know, I did a Google search and all this stuff, you know, it popped up. He, you know, his courses and stuff. You wouldn't believe all the negativity, all the men that, you know, bought his courses. You know, I guess he had these high value men courses or whatever you call them.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't believe the negative feedback. I mean, he was just scam. I mean, I was just literally going through the list. Scam. You know, but I mean, for the record though, like I said, to be honest with you, DJ Torch, I was actually worse in worse shape than Kevin Samuels was. I mean, at least he had a room. Shit, I remember one time I was sleeping on my father's couch as a grown man.
Dang. But hey, look. Yeah. Hey, look, my man, you were with your father. That's the key. Okay?
Mm-hmm. You went with a whole random guy.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
And then what's crazy about Kevin Samuels, they always refuse to acknowledge that part, and the part where Kevin Samuels said we should advocate for other black men to be with other black men, other men, whatever he said in that clip.
Oh, here, I'll clear that up. I'll clear that up right now. I'll clear that up.
We need to start advocating for men who want to be with men. I understand the impulse, brothers. I do. But our women are not showing us. I don't care what they say. What are the women showing?
It brings new light to that, because what he was trying to say, they were trying to say that the semantics was not what everybody thought, or the way the meaning wasn't what everybody thought. But, you know, look at it now. Look at it now. Listen, look at this, folks. We got an angry man. And I finally have social media up in the house. When you get coming to closet, look at this. Somebody's mad. I know who it is too. I know who it is too.
If they that mad, why don't they get the fuck on? Excuse my French. People like that piss me off to the point.
Yeah,
they talk shit, but they don't be about it.
Yeah. Let me play a little bit more. Here we go.
More patience with your men. Are you married?
No, I'm not.
Ever been married?
No.
All right. So listen, I hope you were able to hear it that time. Listen, You know what we're going to do? We're going to go back through that again so that you can see and understand exactly what went on and what took place here. So, this is the thing. I am a content creator. This type of thing has happened to me because you'll see that he is switching the camera. He's switching his own camera. He has 3 cameras. He has a frontal camera, he has a side camera, and then there's the camera on the other side. So this is I'll show you what happened and how we can see so that if there's anybody that you see on another page.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You want to know why this is even worse? And I don't think anybody ever picked up on this, y'all. Nobody picked up on this. There is no reason for that camera to be aimed at his bed. All the cameras are supposed to be aimed at the table. I know you guys aren't catching up with me yet. I know you're not catching up with me
I
yet.
hope he wasn't trying to plan on recording a secret X tape.
There you go. There you go. Think about it, because I'm putting, when Tanya was explaining it to me how her setup is, right? It just hit me that there's absolutely no reason for that camera to be aimed at the bed. None. The camera angles are supposed to be aimed at the desk at different angles. Do you see where I'm going with this, Darnell?
Yes.
You see where I'm going with this? There's no reason for it to be aimed that way. There's no reason the bed should even be in the shot. Do you all see what I'm saying here? The bed should not be in the shot. So it makes it even more creepy when you think about it. There is no reason for any of his cameras to be aimed. Look, I had a 3-camera setup, and I do have a 2-camera setup, but I never use it. But they're all aimed at different angles of me. When I'm in my chair, okay? And everybody, all content creators do the same thing. There is nothing over there in that has to do with his content creation system. There's a bed. He aimed it at the bed for a reason, y'all. He aimed it at the bed for a reason. And, some offline fun. Think about it. There is no reason for that camera. That camera has no business being aimed like that. I'll let you guys all chime in. Let me know what your thoughts on my theory,
That's pure effery. That I don't know what to say about that, but and those guys in the Black Manosphere are always find a way to sugarcoat that.
All right, on the stage, YCGL. You can't get laid on the stage. What are your thoughts?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, okay. I truly believe that camera was angled because they were going to do oral sex. No, I'm not trying to be funny, DJ, but the position of the camera, it looked as though that they were going to do oral sex, and they wanted like it in their archives, in case they want to get themselves hot again and like look at it. So that's what the position. I mean, I've done that position plenty of times. That's an oral sex. I mean, if you were going to do like just straight out like anal sex, then you would have to have the camera in your hand, or you would have to have it positioned a lot closer, don't you think?
I wouldn't know. Oh man. You guys chime in too. This is you can't get laid, I'm telling you. Oh
Yeah,
man.
that's what's gonna happen.
Fellas, you got anything to say? It's a reply to you can get laid with her theory. What do you think?
It's probably accurate.
Yeah, I mean it
The hell if
fits.
I know.
I mean, you know, it's about the camera angle. I think she's onto something. Because that camera angle is on point for that kind of action. And remember now, I'm telling you, there's no reason for that camera to be pointed at the bed. There's just none. Unless. I mean, he's multitasking, you know, he probably, you know, he doesn't have money or you know, he's maximizing the usage of his cameras. Who knows? Maybe there's some hidden OnlyFans account that this is on. You know what I mean? You know, why is thinking okay?
So why wouldn't Kevin just come out and say, look, I'm bisexual. Not there's anything wrong with that, but I'm bisexual. I like men and women. You know, we live in America. This is 2000. Well, at the time it was 2023.
Right.
What issues would he wouldn't have been like shunned for saying that.
That was either 2022 or 2021 because remember he died in May 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died in 22. So it can't be.
We get the point though. It's modern enough that he could have been respected by his men. So now that yeah, exactly, Bridget. Now that we must think that there's a hidden sex tape out there somewhere.
Because you know those guys are deceptive about everything.
Yeah.
You know what, DJ? I just want to tell you, I really believe that the Manosphere, the Red Pill, and even the Passport Bros are undercover, down low guys who are sexually confused. And a lot of those times, those guys, they go overseas to be going with like trannies, and because they got some good looking gay guys in the Dominican Republic. Nice tight shirts, muscles bulging. They got trannies that look exactly like women. So a lot of them are confused and they're going overseas just to so they're not ridiculed for sleeping with who they sleep with.
I mean, when you think about it, it's actually poetic justice because you know, it's really disrespecting Black women. I truly believe it's a down low man's MO. It's just because that's just the way it is. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm not saying that men practice their down lowness, but they have dreams about being with men, whether they're with men or not. They're mentally down low at the very least. And a large portion of them are down low, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like someone confided in me the fact that he was bisexual. And I was like, I knew that these Passport Bros or these expats, I knew that they were hiding a hidden, that they were, I knew they were gay.
Blessed DNC breaks it down like this. Fact, my brother is a Passport Bro and only messes with trans. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
see?
And he can live he can really, quite honestly, he can live whatever way he wants to live. You know, that's for him. That's what he likes. There's nothing wrong with that. It's only if he turns around and starts talking smack about, you know, Black women. That's the only problem. But if he ain't doing that, hey, live his best life. You know, there's more options for people to be with the type of people they want to be with. Go for it. You know, he says he just can't say he gays or be on a manly man or be a manly man. Okay. I think a lot of men struggle, bless DNC. I think a lot of men struggle with that. You know?
Well, why is it so hard for like the guys in the Black community to come out? I mean, are they like super ridiculed? Do they feel as though they're being super ridiculed?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with the pimp culture, the hip hop culture, where, you know, being gay is definitely not, you know, it's not something to be. The other men in the culture, even if they are gay, and they were, okay, by the way, even if they are gay, being outed as one or being known as one is not a good. It's not a flex for them. Let's put it that way. It's not a flex. I've never seen that happen. The only person who was that young lady who is gorgeous, whose husband came out and who's Dwight Howard's wife. He was talking some smack like, I don't care, I can be with whoever I want to be with, blah 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 blah, that kind of thing. Enlightened Femme nailed it. Machismo. Yep. Anyway, let me play a little bit more. Here we go.
That is trying to say that someone sent him a photo or this was the image of the young lady, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to show you right now. So he's talking, and as you see, there's this camera right here that is coming. I want you to look at the angles of the camera. So he's turned slightly this way, and you see him this level, because you see I have a camera right here. I also have a camera down here, which is in the front of my laptop. And then I have a camera on the other side. So this is the camera that he has up here. He also has another camera that comes down from down below. So take a look. When he's starting to have this issue, you see his hand is on. First of all, you see no footage of the woman, right?
Woman.
She's on audio. So here. So then there's the picture that comes up of the man in the bed, right? You see there are white walls, right? There are a black, white bed. And as you said, goodness, he looked laid out. My goodness, he's sleeping.
Yeah, he's sleeping good. He's sleeping good, just like after he just, you know, got a lot. I mean, like after, you know, some good segs, you know what I mean? He's just out.
Makes you wonder, huh? What I mean, like, come on. What got him so tired and so spent? All right. And then so after that, he starts to have like this nervous, so it's on this camera for a long time. And then you see he's now trying to switch the camera. I want you to look in the bottom corner right here. Do you see this? This camera is a camera that is behind some perfumes or alcohol or some drink or something like that. That's a lower camera, right?
Yeah, let's notice now the lower camera is still aimed at him. He was using this camera for more of effect. Like when he does his intros or when he starts his live streams and the music's playing, he'll use this angle right here, okay, to look classy and all that kind of stuff. That's what he's doing. But notice it's pointed at him.
And then he's like trying to switch the cameras around, right? You see now his other camera is on the larger screen and his camera is in the lower left. Do you see that? The back camera is facing towards the other side and his other camera is on the lower left. Then he switches the cameras again. Now, what I want you to take a look at is I want you to see that in the bottom left, right? In the bottom left is the camera that we were looking at the first time. This is the angle of the camera that we were looking at the first time. And now in the larger screen, because he's trying frantically to change the camera around now. He's trying to get the right camera up on the screen. So now you see there's the alcohol, perfumes, or whatever that is, the potpourri, whatever it is that's on his desk. And you see the spinning machine. I want you to look for the angles and look at the motif. There's the black and white motif. There's the white wall.
So basically she's breaking it down on how his camera system, he probably has a switching system for each camera. And not only that, but he probably has controls of the cameras being close up or back. The thing is this, there is absolutely no reason in the function of his live stream to have a camera facing the bed. None. There's no reason. It's kind of like you're taking photos of your family, but you're aiming the camera up at, let's say, the trees. It would make no sense. Even if you were taking different angles, you would never take a photo of some squirrels up in a tree or something. Let that sink in. That camera, don't get me wrong, it was purposely aimed at the bed. It was purposely aimed at the bed. Okay.
But wait a minute, DJ. Did that not give away that he doesn't have female he doesn't have male cologne. That's female perfume. Bottles of female perfume. Isn't it?
I didn't
I think that's male cologne. He did sell men's cologne.
Looking like that?
He might have sold perfume too.
Yeah.
That looks like perfume.
It might be. We can't count that out. That's for sure. Here we go.
With the black accoutrements around the room. And then he continues to try frantically to flip the camera. And then look at his face. That is the face of a person who is embarrassed.
Bars. And that laugh too.
Right. So his face is like, somebody sleeping in the bed. What's this? Right. So you see now, so I want you to see. So now this is the camera that was smaller because you see he's flipping around through his cameras. I could flip my cameras for you so that you can see how it is, because it's just like when I go into my
flipping around his cameras, but he flipped a camera in a way that didn't need to be flipped at all. There's no reason for it to be flipped facing the bed unless you can't get laid's theory is on point.
My studio, right? And I'm clicking on these different things, trying to find the right screen, right? And trying to get to the right screen. When you have multiple cameras up and you're trying to switch between different cameras. So he was probably trying to get a different camera angle while the woman was talking. And then glitch in the system. It turned around and showed some things that he never wanted to be shown to the public. But the thing is that it doesn't even matter. Does it even matter? I mean, it's like people are still going to follow him anyway.
True.
To Kevin's credit, that guy did look like a bottom.
A what?
He did look like a bottom, to his credit, if that helps him.
Well, what does a bottom look like?
A bottom is the feminine guy. He acts more feminine. Yeah. The top is the one that is the manly man. Like he takes out the garbage and he acts more masculine.
Yeah, I got that part, but what does a bottom look like?
I mean, you don't necessarily have to be you could be versatile, but a bottom looks like, what a bottom looks like. I mean, you play stupid, but you're a very intelligent person. I mean, I don't understand why you have to.
Now, I guess what Darnell's arguing is that what does a bottom man have? A bottom man have a certain look to him? I couldn't tell there. I mean, he's asleep, so you can't really tell. But what you're saying is you're assuming he's a power bottom because he just has that power bottom look. Kevin seems to be the more masculine type of feminine. So yeah, I see your point.
Not by much though, because he is a feminine, but I think that he is just he's a little bit more masculine than that guy that was laying down.
Right. So everybody out there in Manosphere land, don't get mad at us. We're just analyzing the photo, this video here. Don't get mad and send your clones over here. We're just breaking it down. I understand this is something you wanted us to miss, us regular folk to miss, but basically, we look, He's your love. Many of you probably wanted to be his lover, and there's nothing wrong with that, fellas. There's nothing wrong with that. You can be this man's lover. There's no judgment over here. You know, we just find it strange how he was disrespecting black women, talking all bad about them, whilst living the way he was living in a single room. It doesn't, he really, to me, the way he was, how we assume he was living, right? And the way he was treating women, it's not fair. It's not fair for him to even talk about it when he has an alternative thing going on. He can do it all he wants.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure can.
Why I heard Kevin Samuels and some other guy. He was on some guy called, I think, Rico TV or something. I don't know what the heck, but anyway, he was talking to another young man. The young man was 22, and this guy, he was highly into like pornography. And Kevin Samuels was talking to him about the hardest that he's ever, like, asking him questions like, when is the hardest that you've ever nutted before? Like,
what? With
a woman? Like, two guys talking about how they ejaculate. You don't find that suspect? You don't find that you're up there talking about how hard you nutted and how much nut came out of your nut sack, and then Kevin's like, oh, well, one day I was on a trip to.
That's a bit weird. That's a bit weird. Let me play this other clip real quick. Here we go.
You got a big dick?
Huh?
You have a big dick?
I mean, it's above average. I ain't no Ron Jeremy.
No. I asked you if you had a big dick. I didn't say it was above average.
I don't know what that is, really.
Nigga, you know if you got a big dick or not. Stop the bullshit.
I don't remember this.
Every dude know whether or not he got a big dick. I know I got a big dick. You don't know?
I mean,
why
you don't have a big dick? That? That's the point. You don't have a big dick. You don't have a big wallet. You're a fat dude. And you got a lot of nerve thinking you should get choosing singles at 5'10" and 300 pounds, making less than $1,000 a month at 20 years old.
Now you can't get laid. Was that kind of how he was talking? I mean, I'm not saying that's the same conversation, right? But was he saying
the
stuff?
other thing he was talking about how actual nutting and stuff, but no, he was talking like that to another guy. How could you? What does it matter if he has a big penis? And what other man asked another man about his penis size?
I've never look. You know, I'm older than dirt. I've never been asked that question by another man ever.
But here's the thing. I remember this video. I remember it very well, and like you're taking it a little bit out of context. Basically, what he was trying to tell this guy is, yeah. Here's the thing. What he was trying to tell the guy, this guy is not even average, was below average, not in shape, and was like, I deserve I want to get a bad woman. And Kevin Samuels just told him the truth. Like, look, you ain't getting that. You don't make enough money. You're overweight. You're short. And, unless you got, unless you Mandingo, you're not getting what you want.
Right.
So he was just trying to put reality to this guy. That's all that was.
Wait a minute. So Darnell, if I went online and I would say I was Kevin Samuels, like asking women questions. If I asked her, oh, what does your ussy get wet? You got a nice wet ussy? What does that sound like? Does that sound normal to you?
I would say no.
That's how it sounds when he said that.
Well, I mean, I understand how you feel, but like I said, I watched that video, from.
So you would answer a man that asked you, "Do you have a big dick?"
Would I answer? I would, but I wouldn't say. I mean, maybe I might, but the thing is, I wouldn't brag. You know what I mean? I'm not that type of guy.
So you would talk about your dick to another man and how
No.
it nuts and everything and how the width and the length of it.
Oh my God.
I'm
No,
just
I don't.
saying how weird that sounds.
Well,
It
you have
sounds
to
so
also,
suspect.
but again, if you were to play the entire video, you'll understand the context. He was trying to tell this guy, you're not going to get what you want.
Yeah, but what was the point? What I was saying was he didn't have to mention his dick size. What was the point of doing that? Not every
Okay.
woman likes big dicks.
Okay. DJ Torch, can you play the tape back on this segment? Play the tape
Sure
back.
can. Yeah.
And I'll show it to you.
And Torch, it was crazy when Kevin Samuels said that they never questioned Kevin about that.
Wait, say it again.
That way, when Kevin said that they never questioned his sexuality, then so that's one way to not take Kevin Samuels' followers seriously.
You got a big dick?
Huh?
You have a big dick?
I mean, it's above average. I ain't no Ron Jeremy. or nothing.
No. I asked you if you had a big dick. I didn't say it was above average.
I don't know what that is, really.
Nigga, you know if you got a big dick or not. Stop the
Oh.
bullshit.
And
You do
really,
know whether or not you
that
got a
ain't none
big
of
dick. I know
Kevin
I got a
Samuels'
big dick. You don't
business.
See, that
know?
don't even sound right.
I mean,
You don't have a big
That
dick.
ain't
I
his
understand
business.
where
That's
I
not
understand where you can't get laid. I understand that Darnell is saying that it's taken out of context, but the fact that he keeps saying it the way he's saying it is weird. So okay,
Yeah.
wait, Darnell, go ahead and explain.
Okay, so keep playing just a little bit more. There's just a couple pieces of information.
That's the point. You don't have a big dick. You don't have a big wallet. You're a fat dude.
Boom,
You
right
got
there.
a lot of nerves.
So basically,
Right
what he's
there.
saying is the guy is trying to the guy is being exactly kind of like what your point is that Kevin Samuels in some ways is actually advocating for women in this point by saying that men that are losers in some way, shape, or form, which in what he's saying is his appearance isn't that great, shouldn't be
Money
trying to
wasn't
get
great.
high value women, correct?
Exactly. Money's
Okay.
not on
Well,
point.
Darnell,
You're not in the best of shape, and you're sitting up here talking about I deserve a high value woman. You know,
Darnell,
again, go ahead.
do you have a big dick?
Oh my
why
God.
are you asking a question like that?
No, so it's a difference. I'm just letting you know. There's a difference between when a woman asks you, "Do you have a big dick?"
No, there's no difference, but I'll answer your question.
So
I'm asking-
you don't think it's a difference if Kevin Samuel asked you, "Do you have a big dick?" You wouldn't think it was a difference if I came and said, "Oh my God, do you have a big dick, Darnell?"
Okay.
I really would love to grab it.
I think we've gone too far past the D talk. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are
Ba-
gonna
basically-
you're gonna lose.
You're missing the point. You can't get late. You're missing the point. Is what he's trying to tell this guy is you don't have anything that a 9 or a 10, a woman that you would consider a 9 or a 10 wants.
So
Like
what
I
if
said,
he
I saw
asked to measure the guy's dick? He
Yeah.
had a measuring thing.
Wait, I'm gonna step in for 1 second. I think what you can't get laid's argument is why did he even go there with this type of vulgar analogy? Why how is he could have made, I believe what you can't get laid is saying is that he could have made his point differently.
Well, like I said, remember, you got to remember that I watched the entire tape. This video, I do remember this video vividly. And
Right.
like I said, this was a guy that called in talking of, what he felt he deserved, and Kevin Samuels, listener, supporter, yada yada, and believed the hype, but wasn't doing exactly the principles that needed to be done. And so what Kevin Samuels said, unless you got what Kevin Samuels had said later, unless you are, Ron Jeremy as what came up. You're not hitting any women. Sorry.
Right.
It's not gonna happen.
Okay, we're gonna move forward, folks. Here we go. Now we're gonna get to Dusty's by the dozen. Here we go.
Pregnant. Oh well, it just didn't work out.
Right there.
No,
Move it back.
Didn't work.
Here we go.
Yeah, I had the
I'm gonna bring that down a little. That volume's a little bit hot. Let me bring it down here. Here we go.
the stream going in the background on my phone. Sorry about that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try it. Where you calling me from, Christopher?
Chicago.
Chicago. How old are you?
38.
Chicago.
38. And what do you do for a living?
Warehouse supervisor.
Warehouse supervisor. You have any kids?
I have one, 17.
17. Have you ever been married?
No,
Never married. What's your zodiac sign?
Aquarius, but I don't want nobody that deals with zodiac signs.
Okay, so you don't believe in zodiac signs. Fair enough.
No.
Christopher, Chicago, 38, warehouse specialist, a father to a 17-year-old, girl or boy?
Boy.
Boy, and never married. What kind of woman you looking for besides a woman that believes in zodiacs?
Yeah,
better
I'll be
not.
honest, I think that's the silliest thing in the world. I can't judge a person that I've never met based off some astronomical signs. That's kind of silly to me. I'll be honest with you. Everybody's different. But anyway,
I can respect your, I disagree, but it's not for us to agree. I can respect your notions on it. And I do respect people who do not believe in zodiacs notions. So there's no pushback there. All right. So what kind of woman are you looking for?
well, right now, I'm actually looking for white and Latina women for right now. I'm
This is a black show.
White and Latina.
Yeah. It's funny because this is a black show. I'm sure, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's a share of Caucasian and Latina people who watch this video, but it's funny to me that he's actually on a black show seeking out these people.
Give my sisters a break for a little while.
Okay. Let's just get here. Why no black women, Christopher?
And he said, give
You
my
know what?
sisters a break for a while.
But I mean, I've dated black women. I mean, obviously I'm a black man, but it seems like as I'm getting older, the world is changing. Sisters starting to have these crazy ass wants and needs that don't even align with what they have and what they have going on.
That part right there is strange because I find that black women will accept the least. Usually when these men chase after other races, they usually have to put out more, whether it's money, effort, whatever it is, swag.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what I see. I don't know. What do you guys think?
DJ, you know what? I'm Dominican, part Dominican. And in the Dominican culture, if the man is not going to be the provider, if he's not going to provide all the necessities, then you won't even go out with him. Like, you're not going to be with him. So these guys, they better have, at least in this country, they better have their ish together because you're not going to be able to get a Dominican woman if you don't. Maybe overseas where you pay for prostitutes.
Okay, I got to keep it going. Here we go.
I'm kind of looking for somebody that's a little bit down to earth, that's more logical when it comes to finances. And because I noticed on your show, I love your show, to be honest with you. I watch it every night.
Okay, here's the thing is that there's down to earth black women. Let me keep it going though. Here we go.
I noticed that it seems to be a lot of top 10, 15% earning people on here. So I'm about to come and bring the other people that's not really making hundreds of thousands of dollars. So look at this show and be like, okay, that seems more realistic.
Okay. Yeah, I will say I do have a lot of boss women. They make $100K and more. And I know a lot of people say, not a lot of people, but some people say $100K is not a lot of money, but it is a lot of money if you do the average. So maybe
This is one thing that I just hit me right now. Kendra's show was really a woman's empowerment show that was on TV, and I think it was on Fox or something like that. I don't know. But she really just started doing this dating show, right? And when she started doing the dating show, she was having a really hard time getting men to interview. And so she, one of the reasons is that a lot of the women on her show actually have it going on. They just, that was just her niche. At the time, she had a lot of women having it going on. I mean, women that could give her $500 super chats. I kid you not. Okay. And multiple times, not just one time and then disappear. Okay. The men are from the manosphere. All of these guys are from the manosphere because black men that have it going on, they're not on YouTube, believe it or not. In general, they're not. They might dip in for a minute, but men that have it going on, they're just not going to go on YouTube for dating. That's just the way it is. So when you see these, that's where the mismatch is. I'm sorry, say again?
I was just saying you're cutting in and out.
Oh, damn.
I could totally hear him fine. I could hear you, DJ.
Oh, okay. So I guess the point I was trying to make is that you got to miss her show is going to always be
it might you can hear
a little messy because she has a mismatch. She
might be on mine.
The men and the women are not equally yoked. Let me know if my mic is clean, everybody in the chat. If my mic is clean, put a 1. If I'm breaking up in the chat, put a 2. I'll wait for a return. Meanwhile, I'll play a little bit more of Chris Lake. It's weird. His name, Chris Lake. There's actually an EDM artist. Well, he's Caucasian, but an EDM artist named Chris Lake. I think he's from he's from the U.S. Here we go.
World is not a lot of money, but the average income is not 100K.
No, like I make like 70, 75. So yeah. 100,000. I wish I did make
He's
this.
making 70 or 75, and the woman's making 100. She's not going to have a problem. I don't believe any woman is going to have a problem with that because 70 to 75, depending on where you live, that's plenty to live off of your own money. It's the problem is that when these guys come on here and only have enough for a light bill, that's the problem.
I'm sorry, but $100,000 in San Francisco, that's
that ain't shit. That ain't shit.
No, I'm like, what
that
the
I
heck
will
are
say.
these people?
In fact, yeah, there's a big hoopla about that now, and they're kind of getting on the mayor a little bit because San Francisco. See, really, quite honestly, these prices went up after the tech industry blew up, and the Bay is like one of the main tech industry places, and San Francisco owners of property really they started slaying people out there. Let's just put it this way. You'd be shocked on the price. I remember one time and this was a long time ago. I walked through a house that was worth $1 million. This is like 20 years ago. And it was small. It's like, and you guys are getting in San Francisco, So Darnell, damn you, AT&T. AT&T Stadium, right? But here we go.
Well, listen, you never know how old you're 38. Sky's still the limit for you. So because of the financial request, is that the reason why you want to date outside your race?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, because I've dealt with Latina and white women, and they seem to be more down to earth. And the 50-50 thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kendra.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, the 50-50 thing. Let's be honest. 2 incomes is better than 1. I hear my sisters always talking about I'd rather pay 100% than go half with a man. It's crazy to me, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not crazy. Why go half with a man? She doesn't mean pay 100% with a man. She means pay 100% on her own because she doesn't have to have the same issues that remember the married woman we just went over? What was her name? That Gail Lewis was going through. Nobody wants to be in Gail Lewis's situation. I can tell you that. So if they can be single and happy by themselves, that's just the way it is. I'm just telling you that's the way it is. Men have underestimated the value of sanctity that women enjoy. There's a certain level of sanctity that women get from, doing their own thing. Why would a woman want to, be having to deal with a dude because she wants to pay a little bit less and only have to pay 50-50, but is with some dude that's just a child?
Wait a minute, DJ. How the heck you know this is cap? Because if you're married to a Latina woman, especially Caribbean Latina women, we like having kids. Okay, so that woman is going to be having a child every freaking year. So how is she going to have time to work if she's too busy popping out kids?
Right.
They full of it. They're just full of it.
Mr. Snoopy says this. He's not attractive, so jump over that fence, sir, to the WWs and the Latino women. Yeah, basically. That's basically what it is, Mr. Snoopy. The bottom line is this: is he's not attractive, and that's his problem. His core problem is that. That is what it is. He's not an attractive guy. He could work out and make himself a little bit more attractive. That would thin out his face a little bit. He might get, but he doesn't want to do the work. And that's why that's how the manosphere is built. It's built off of men that don't want to do any work. That's the problem.
Okay. So have you ever dated, you said you have dated white and Latino women?
Yeah.
And you felt there was a difference, as in they weren't as pressed about the income that you made.
So my question is, why is he single then? If he dated them and they were such an upgrade, and they're more down to earth, then what's his problem? I'm sorry, Darnell, were you going to say something?
I was just no, I was agreeing with you. I was getting ready to say the same exact ask the very same question that you just said.
His problem is because he doesn't have the finances.
Right. Well, he doesn't have the finances or the looks. In a way, ironically, he kind of fits Darnell's narration of what Kevin Samuels was telling the guy on the phone. Remember that we just went over? Yeah. That you ain't got nothing going on, so why are you trying to get a high-end woman? And Christopher could be given the Christopher Lake could be given the same the same argument. You can literally
you
take.
know what?
I'm sorry.
I was going to say that this is why these guys are going overseas, because they're not getting the Latina women over here in the United States that they want. So that's why they have to go over there and human traffic, because they're not scoring with the women over here in America, because they want the Latina women, they want the exoticals, they want the white women, but the white women, they don't have what it takes to get them. So that's why they have to get their passport and run through prostitutes over there. They're not planning on bringing the young lady over to the United States so she can have freedom, and then soon as she get her green card, leave them. They're not trying to risk that. They just want to go over there and run through beautiful women, because that's what they want to do here in the United States, but they don't have the financial means to do it.
You can't get late. May I ask you a question?
Sure thing.
So you said they don't want to bring a woman here so a woman can get her freedom. And
yeah, what's the point of that?
Why would a dude or why would anyone want to bring somebody to the States? Just so
because maybe she lives in cartel infected countries, and it would be a better life, and most likely she has kids.
Right. But I'm talking from the person's perspective that's here in the States that doesn't have to deal with that. Why would they want to bring somebody to the States just to leave them? spend all this money, the green card, the visa process, green card process.
Well, then stay down. Okay, so my suggestion to you passport bros is to stay down there. Don't come back, because to tell you the truth, we really don't want you back up here, because all you do is like start problems, go on social media, put black women down, and you're just causing problems. Just stay down there with your fit, friendly, and submissive woman and live your life. Why? I just don't understand. Why can't you do that? Why do you have to keep coming back to the United States?
To be honest with you, you're actually wrong. A lot of them, believe it or not, they don't want to bring a woman here to the United States. They're afraid that, she's going to change, switch up.
No, I'm saying you stay there with her.
Let's sit on that for a minute. So Darnell, basically what they're saying is that they feel the woman, when they bring them back to the States, is going to switch up because they're going to be, per se, Americanized. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So
Exactly.
basically what it is they don't want the women to level up, because that's the only way they would have those aspirations, is if the women leveled up. They got here, they found out that there was other opportunities for not only men, but for employment and quality of living, right? To the point where they could go out, they can get themselves a job, and they don't need the guy anymore. Does that make sense? Sound like I'm going on the right track?
Yes, sir. But may I ask you a question?
Sure can.
So I want you to put yourself, DJ Torch, put yourself in the shoes of a passport bro, or, a person, not a passport bro, but a person that, a man that got fed up with looking for love here in the States. You've been screwed over. You've had enough. You're going overseas looking for love. Would you, wait,
let's pause it right there, Darnell. We know that the majority of them are not looking for love, because if they were looking for love, they wouldn't be chasing around prostitutes. We know prostitutes are the last place you're going to find love. That it's, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but let's just say that's a low percentage option to find somebody who's going to actually literally fall in love with you. So that's basically when they say we went to look for love in other countries. That's why we're the passport bros. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
Well, like I said, in my former line of work, being a government contractor, like I said, there was a lot of guys that just were looking for, they were actually looking for a wife. They weren't necessarily passport bros. The passport bros.
That's the key. You just nailed it, Darnell. See, when you do contract work, I assume that you're there in that area for a while, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When you're in this area, you're taking in, you have to be there. That's where your job is at. So you're taking in the scenery, you're taking in the culture. I'm sure there's some guys there that visited the brothels, but I think you would find out that, these guys are going to be there for a while. So they, and they don't want to be lonely. So they're looking for love. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a different dynamic. And I agree. They're not passport bros. It's not passport bros. If your work is out there and you're going to be there for a year or two, you are looking, most people would be looking for a relationship, not a situationship or sex. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
Your situation, quite honestly, is apples and oranges in comparison to a passport bro situation. That's your job. That you are out there. That is your career. You are there for a reason. You aren't there to vacation.
Yeah. Well, but a lot of times though, those guys, a lot of times they were already married to an American woman, and she just, you have no idea the horror stories that I have, heard and listened to. Some of them, it has happened to them where, they're bringing home all this money, and because like we made good money. I'm talking myself. I topped out making 165 a year. That's where I topped out at. But there was people that were making well over 200. there was one. I had a roommate when I was in Herat, Afghanistan. He was making 400,000.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, he did Predator drones, so his job was to teach the Italians how to use the Predator drone.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so that's why he was making that kind of money. But the thing is that these guys, they were a lot of them, a lot of them were married at one time, and got screwed over. Like their wives were spending all their money.
Okay, wait. Let's clarify this. This is not clear right now. What you mean married? You mean married in the States or married abroad?
They originally they were married in the States.
Okay. And they feel like they were taken to the cleaners, so then they got married abroad. Is that what you're saying?
A lot of them did, yeah. Especially a lot of them moved to the Philippines. Found them a Filipino wife. I had a supervisor that actually I had one supervisor that for sure that he moved to the Philippines.
Okay.
Yeah.
But okay, wait. I'm sorry to cut you off, but okay. So he married. He was married before? Is that correct?
I can't remember. To be honest, I can't remember if he was married before.
Okay.
But for whatever reason, he did not want to deal with American women. Period.
Okay. So what did he tell you why?
What we had all said, or what they had all said is that in America, things are just way different, and I go overseas, and there's this feeling I am a king,
Right. You know why, right?
Well, of course. I mean, we especially us, we made good money.
Right.
We made
So
damn
do you
good money.
think if he was broke or lived like a lot of the Filipino men in the area that were struggling, that he would be able to get married?
He could get married, but I don't think he would have his choice, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
No, that's a good point. Let me read Wide Seeking Knowledge message here. They don't want to move there because they can't make the money. Exactly. The only reason they outshine their own men. Yep, that's true.
Wait, I just want to ask a quick question, DJ, and then this is it. I want to know, Darnell, why don't these guys just stay in the country? Don't make any YouTube videos. Don't try to show off by saying, "Oh, look, I'm in the Philippines. I'm getting laid. Look at me. Look all these women." Why do they not just stay? Stop making social media. Stop making YouTube videos. Go live their best lives. I don't understand that. That's people that want to showboat and they're attention seekers. Like if you're going to go to places like Philippines, Africa, or whatever, just nobody wants to see you. You just want attention. Stay there and be there. Just stay there and rest your head on that other country. When you lay your head down, you're going to be deleted in that country. Like you're going to die in that country.
Right. I see what you're saying. Live your life, but don't bother others. I need to move forward, folks. I need to move forward. We will have a Passport Bro live stream. I can see it would be a long discussion, but I want to keep on task. Here we go.
They're a little bit nicer. Like this, I dated.
Seeking Knowledge message. They don't want to move there because they can't make the money. Exactly. The only reason they outshine their own men, they are basically tricking like we are supposed to be mad instead of laughing. Exactly.
It wasn't a while ago, and I would come home, hey, food to be ready. Hey, how was your day? Tell me about it, stuff like that. They seem a little bit more concerned with exactly how I am as a person and what's going on in my life, and vice versa. I get that back too as well,
So my question is, where are they at? That's my question. I don't think Kendra G asked him that though.
And that wasn't your experience with Black women?
No, not too much. But honestly, I can actually give myself the blame because that's who I picked. So, but a lot of times it be chameleon activity. You know, they be one way when you meet them. Then as time go on, the more you listen to them talk, they reveal themselves. So yeah.
Okay, so white women and Latino women are the preference. Any deal breakers?
Deal breakers. No smoking. This is gonna sound crazy too, but no kids under 12.
So if they have a child, they have to be 12 and older.
Yeah, 12 and older. Yeah.
What's the thought process behind that?
Well, the kids are a little older, and I'm gonna assume that the father's gonna be in his life. I'm gonna assume that, and I'm not really looking to take over what that man is doing. If he's good with the mom, I'm not looking to interfere with that. But if I am going to be doing certain things, I'm going to have my say, obviously. Hopefully, if the guy and the woman is on good terms.
Let me pause this. Bridget says this about the Possible Brothers. Many of them show anger problems too. And that is so true. When I was on Razor's show, and I got to keep this short because I want to keep this going. I was on panel, and hey, I was having a nice little conversation with Ray's, and we were talking a little bit. People were cussing me out in the chat, but that's to be expected. And then the guys came on, and no more, and I think you probably saw it, Darnell, no more than 2 minutes after that, they started going after each other. And I just said, it's time for me to leave. That's why I was on this so short. It's like, I'm not, you see what I'm saying? So anyway, let me keep this going.
We can actually get together, talk, and say, hey, look, I'm so-and-so. I'm going to be, dealing with your son's mom. And, if it's respectful, we can just keep it like that. Normally, if it's under that, maybe the father's still messing with the mom.
New Diamond breaks it down like this. Why don't black women date out more, even just for fun? Damn, I love white men and Latino. Brazilian, oh, so nice. That's from New Diamond. Here we go.
Oh.
Under 12, the dad might be still messing with the mom.
Yeah, well, I mean by under 12, like anything from toddler to preteen, because I like to give them some time. So that way, whatever they had going on in the past is probably gone by now.
Okay. So does the woman have to look a certain way? We kind of got there because you say you want her to be Latino and white. Is there any description outside of race?
No, not really. No, oh, yeah. No fat women.
No fat women.
No.
Okay. Ooh, you very.
Look at him.
I know, right? Like, oh.
But that's how this really he bestows the manosphere. This is how they look. I mean, there are men uglier than him. That's how he's really in the middle. And you see how he looks. Yeah. So you see how he looks, wanting all this from women.
DJ, it's always been like that. Ugly, dark-skinned black men have always thought that they had access to drop dead gorgeous 9.5 out of 10 women. Like the woman could be a 9.5 out of a 10. They think that they are entitled to those women.
Yep. Exactly. Here we go.
Direct, Christopher. Does she have to
it could be a flaw too.
I mean, listen, you're saying what you desire. So
exactly why seeking knowledge. They want a slave.
It's interesting, right? I see her as a black woman. Obviously, yes, on my show, a lot of women, have their requirement standards. But it does make me a little sad because there are some great black women.
No, don't, Kendra, please don't be sad for the ladies. They're not going to miss this man. He is not going to be missed. And here's the big question. It's not like he's a really young guy, right? So if he was dating Latino and Caucasian women, why does he not have one now if they were so wonderful?
Wait a minute, DJ. When she said that, right? When Kendra said it saddens her She's saying to herself, what about the black girls, good black women that are out there? You could see the expression on his face, like, I do not give a damn.
Right. No, he doesn't. He hates himself. That's basically what it is. He hates his own blackness. And he wants to get as far away from it as he can. He doesn't know it. It hasn't hit him yet, but that's what's going on. Because the thing is this, again, he's had all this time to find himself a Latina or an Asian woman or a Caucasian woman, and he ain't got nobody. And I'll tell you why, because they don't want him either.
But he could just go to, like, you know how many Latino women are in this country, especially in Miami. It depends on what you like.
How bad off he is.
That's sad. If you can't get a Latina woman in this country, you an incel.
What's funny to me is he says no fat women, and he's not exactly, Jack LaLanne or anybody. Oh, that's old school. Sorry. The Incredible Hulk or what's his name? Jonathan Majors. He's not built. Jonathan Majors himself is not really the best looking guy in the world, but he has kind of this, at least that jaw, chin, and everything. So he's not even at that level, but he's asking for a woman that John would want to date. That's the problem.
That, I would like to defend them in that manner. But your experience is your experience, and I do have to allow you, without judgment, because I'm a black woman, to have your preference.
I'll be honest. You can, if you have any pushback, I'll be more than happy to take it in, because as a black woman, I understand.
Right there, Marcy D says this: I am not ashamed to have reared my daughters alone. No male will ever make me feel bad for it. I was strong-armed into it. I did a damn good job too. They've told me every chance they get. Bars.
Yeah.
It's not that I have pushback. I mean, your reality is your reality, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, and I will say, I sit here. I've been hosting the show for
Phoenix Soul says Marcy D. Facts. Same. Bars.
Almost 4 years. And yes, there are women who are very big on their money requirements. But then I've met some black women who don't have the money requirements as important. So it's all about, what you attract. I guess I will say your preference is your preference, but don't give up on black women all the way. That's just my
no. Please give up on black women.
No, I haven't given up on them. Like, you have a big platform, and I'm honestly shocked that
what these guys are coming on the platform for is not to find a woman that matches with them. They're on this platform to get more than they're worth. That's what they're on the platform for. They're not on here to find the right woman, because the right woman has already crossed their paths. They're looking for an Instagram model, but they want to look like they do, and they don't want to put out any work. That's the key.
There aren't too many women that you're speaking of that come on your show and say, hey, not all of us are this type of person. It's always, yes.
Not to say that listen, I understand this narrative though. We have this conversation a lot. I understand most women want to date a man that makes more, right?
True.
And like you said,
oh, Elvieto Perez in the house.
These are the top tier women. I do get them. They're the women that make $100K and more, and
Jizzy B in the house.
They want a man. So logically I understand why a woman wants to date a man that makes more. But there's just so many things that come in factors. And I think that all I say to that is learn the man that you say you want. And, learn, because I think the notion is because I make $100K, I want a man that makes $100K. And I get that. But then the request becomes, does the $100K man want you back? But some women are on record saying they will be happy single before they date a man that makes less, and you can't do nothing with that. Like, I can't judge a woman if that's her. Well, I mean, everybody has experiences like
No,
you
it
have
ain't
experiences,
cream.
right? So you're saying in your way, you haven't had the best experiences with Black women. This is why you want to focus on women who are non-Black, white, and Latino. A woman will say, I've dated men that made less and their experience was bad. And for whatever reason, they don't want to do that again. So, I can't really, if someone is saying, if I don't get this and I'm happy without it, then that's what it is. And I think
Yeah,
we
you're
do
right.
need to start realizing everybody's not going to get somebody. Like,
True. Yeah, that's true.
everybody doesn't get somebody, and that's just a fact too. But
That's
I don't want
true,
to go
yeah.
off I don't want to go off tangent with you.
Okay.
Does the woman have to make a certain amount of money?
Well, I make 70. If she can bring in 30, that's 100 right there. So,
So if she makes 30, you'll be fine.
Yeah. I know we got gender roles, but let's keep it real. I don't make over 100,000, so I'm not going to demand my woman to do certain things. I mean, let's keep it real. If I've made over 100, 150, 200, obviously I'm going to take care of everything. You stay home, kids, do whatever. But with what I make, we're going to have to work together. I'm going to do things around the house. You're going to do things around the house. You know what I mean? It's going to be 50-50 all the way.
All the way. Bills too.
Yeah. Yeah, bills too. Now, obviously, I'm going to pay the
Hell no.
rent and all that good stuff, but
Okay. Could
Yeah.
women have kids already?
Yeah, just one.
Just one. Do
Yeah,
you
just
want more children?
Nah, I want them all.
So she better have at least one.
Yeah, she better, because I ain't giving her none.
Good job, Christopher. All right, let's do the Kendrick and Christopher, child.
All right,
Ew.
I'm gonna sit this right here. I got my pajama pants on, so
Christopher said he ain't giving you no kids, and that's that.
Let me.
Look at that.
All right, we can
Yeah.
see you, Christopher.
Look.
All right,
Pot
nice.
belly.
Okay.
He's
Do you want the
overweight
woman
too.
to be
He
in
just doesn't know it.
Chicago?
But he doesn't want overweight women.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. What is the age range you would date? You're 38.
I would say 30 and up.
30 and up. So we got
Yeah.
Christopher Chicago, 38, warehouse specialist, warehouse supervisor, dad to a 17-year-old, never married. Do you want to get married?
No.
Oh, you don't want to get married. Okay.
And he's 38.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad.
So what good is he? I mean, basically for women that are on, basically it's like this. This is what men don't seem to realize. Women want to get married. Basically he just wants, it sounds like to me, he just wants a bedmate that's going to do what he wants them to do, or better yet, what Why Seeking Knowledge says, a slave. What value? See, men don't understand. You give up a certain level of value when you don't want to get married, and you should be honest. And if you don't want to get married, do so. But understand that women are going to turn you down because you don't want to get married. There's some women that actually do seek out to be. They want a potential. They understand that you're not going to get married in a week, but that's where they want to go. And if you can't take them there, then why are you wasting their time? And especially with Latina and Asian women, they get married, they get hooked up, because black men overall, we are the ones who want to get married the least. We get married the least. Okay, so
well, here. I would like these black men that's always, coming for black women and talking about how they're running to these preferences and wherever they want to run to. Here's the thing, like Miss Ellen said, keep going and shut up. Go and shut up. And I want to add as well, is when something happens to your ass, when the cop got his foot on your neck, take those same feet that ran you wherever and run to those women to go out here and march for your ass. How about that?
Right. That's right. That's a good point. That's a very good point. If all the black men that wanted human rights and everything and were concerned with police brutality, I assume they're not concerned about it anymore, since us brothers are doing each other in. way more than the police are. But you would think that they would appreciate at least their sisters going out there, whether they wanted to date them or not, going out there fighting for their lives, literally. But they don't even appreciate that. So
Exactly. They talk all that black power, black love, you know what I'm saying? Sister, queen, all that stuff when they need black women to go out here, you know, marching and going to jail even. That
right.
pregnant woman, I forgot her name, but she actually went to jail pregnant, out there pregnant, marching for these duck buckets, went to jail. She got a charge. Do you think that those men fought for her rights to get out of prison because of she was out there pregnant, wasn't even her business, but out there marching for the black man. And then she got tased or sprayed or something, and they took her to charged her. Was there any black men activists out here getting together to try to get her off that charge, get her out of jail or prison?
Right.
No.
I agree with the old friend named Gemini who says, don't be on the pavement for these dudes. Don't. They've made it clear to me in various live streams I've been on in their red pill system. They told me they're not appreciating black women marching for them. So don't march for them. Don't march. Don't march. If you're not going to be appreciated, don't. Go where you don't. If you're not going to be appreciated, go where you will be celebrated. And
sit at home and look at the TV or your YouTube or whatever you're looking at when it's happening, and just shake your head. My.
Right.
I need to get that child. Sit there, turn your head, and keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay. Let me read Batgirl's message. You can't get let me read this real quick, and then you can roll. I mean, you can cook. Batgirl says this: only if they bought into the lies, DJ. Marriage does not benefit us, not a bit. So we need to avoid it. Yeah. At least, unfortunately, statistically, taking out color altogether. Let's say black men are X and black women are Y, right? And then you look at other races as Z's. If the Z's are offering commitment in marriage, and X's aren't, why would the Y's not just go out and marry a Z that's going to be statistically more loyal? Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. I mean, for some reason, and I believe it's a pimp culture, that black men, we feel that we are not lowering our value by cheating on women. It's amazing. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You can't get late.
No, I just said, DJ, at this point, black women are in such a hypnotic state. They're not going to wake up. They care about black men more than they care about their own kids, a lot of them. So they're not going to wake up. I heard
that far. I wouldn't go as far as their own kids.
Well, from what I've experienced recently, I just
actually,
seen
in some cases, yeah, you in some. Let's put it this way: that would be a great debate, and I cannot say that you're wrong, because there have been black women, because we do those shows on Sunday, which we do have another show this Sunday, on how the mammies, and it's usually the mammies who do it, who will allow their kids to be abused by their boyfriend. So yeah, I do agree.
Yeah, and I was saying, like, 5 people that I spoke with when I went back to Oakland, I was visiting a family member. It's 5 women who got baby daddies. The baby daddies aren't doing anything, and they're saying how they're going to take their income tax checks and create an LLC so that rusty, crusty Nignock could get a job and he could possibly help her out. So, these women, they're not going to wake up. They're not going to, another world could be being built, and they're just going to get the same black man. And in terms of the Latina women, first of all, they're not these guys, these black guys, they're not getting attention. They don't have the funds, they don't have the means to get. Only a small amount of group have the financial means to get a Latina woman, and they can't get these women. White women are giving up on them. Asian women don't want to date them anymore, so their only option is overseas or to suck another man's penis. That's their only options.
All right. The Rat Girl says this: DJ, black men have no value. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. That's an old school song. Nothing from nothing. Yeah. I mean, the thing is this Rat Girl brings up a strong argument, fellas. You feel free to feel free to put something in the comment section, but she's got a strong point because really, I mean, compared to other cultures have higher value than we do. So what are we going to do, fellas? Are you going to raise your value, or are you going to just stay in the basement? It's up to you.
Here's my
we
question.
got down there for a reason. There's a point. Don't get me wrong. We have issues with racism and that kind of thing. Yes, that's going to lower our value naturally, but it doesn't mean we have to give up and give in to racism. And that's what a lot of us men have been doing.
Yes, I was just going to say.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say to what you just had just now, the value thing. If black men, I'm talking to black women, if black men have no value, and most do not, most black men do not, okay, and I don't give a care, I'm saying that, okay, most do not, okay, I'm gonna take it back to Cynthia G. Y'all, a lot of women didn't like her message. It's too harsh. Oh my God. But if you can say, if something doesn't have value, why would you keep buying it? In this case, why would you continue to birth it?
Right.
If it has no value.
But I'm sorry, I forgot.
Well,
her
the
name.
answer is love.
Diamond. It doesn't matter what Cynthia G says. Cynthia G said stop giving birth to them and abort. Guess what? The passport bros, the Cartagena and Medellin, all those places in Colombia, all those Latino countries, they're going to do the job for us. So we need not worry anymore about these guys continuing being into existence. So that actually Sin-G was a kinder solution, because at least we would still have them in existence, but we would just do selective breeding. So we would be teaching them how to act more civilized, how to have motivation and stuff, but they're just going to start getting deleted because the universe is just going to be like, look, I've asked you women to do what you have to do. I gave you common sense and you're not doing it. So I'm going to have to come down in my divinity and clean up all this mess.
Right.
And shout out to Misty Moon, because she was the one that explained that to me.
Mystic Moon be dropping some gems. Blessed DNC as well. Blessed DNC says this: black men are intimidated by roles they are not adequately prepared to fill. Bars, i.e., husbands, fathers, leaders. Bars.
Well, I mean, the only thing that I'm going to say to that is that, okay, all black men disappear from the earth. Let's just pretend all black men disappear from the earth, like you say. It's going to happen. All right. I mean, what do you think is going to happen to black women?
We're still going to be here flourishing in our divinity, just like we're just still going to be here, Darnell.
I already told you, Darnell. I told you, Darnell. I told you, and you laughed at what I said.
New Diamond, first of all. Actually, I'm not even going to say it, but New Diamond, first of all, you're
don't be
disrespectful. I'm not being disrespectful, but I am going to say you are wrong as to left shoes.
No, I am not wrong. No, I am not wrong. And I'm not worried. Trust me, Miss Ellen.
Okay.
How are you not wrong? Answer that.
What?
Remember, how is New Diamond not wrong? Let's start there.
I didn't even hear what she said.
No, I'm telling him. We had this discussion before about the matriarch being in power and position. All three of us had
the miraculous birth. I remember.
Okay,
Yes.
let me read Rat Girl's message because it's on point. Hold on one second, and then you can reply. You can get late. DJ, Black women are experiencing, racism and sexism, bars, and we're not lying down. So that's just an excuse, bars. It is, and they'll use any excuse that they can. I mean, basically, that's what the manosphere does: is they keep dishing up excuses. Were you going to say you can't get late?
Darnell, you do know that science now has a method where women do not need men to impregnate to get pregnant.
That's not true.
It is so true. It's just been proven.
Wait. Let me stop. Everybody stop for 1 minute. Everybody stop for 1 minute. Okay, I'm gonna have to move forward, number one. But number two, the thing is that you said if all black men were gone, what would black women do? I mean, there are other races of men that have no problem with black women, and there's more of them. So, I mean, that's what would happen. So I got to move forward though on the video though, because we can come back. Darnell, just hold, write it down, and then we'll come back to it. Okay.
Yes,
here we go.
Relationship, Christopher.
Maybe like a year and a half ago, probably, I think.
Was it a black woman?
Yeah.
It was. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that when you decided you're not dating black women anymore?
Maybe a little bit after that. Let me see what other flavors out here, you know?
Okay. You don't have
So
to
basically, what he's saying is he had no problem with the woman. He's just being ridiculous.
If I'm gonna ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Oh, maybe like I said I wasn't gonna say nothing, but maybe like a couple days ago, probably.
Was she black, white, or Hispanic?
She's black.
So you still having sex with black women, but you don't want to date one?
Yeah.
I'll let you guys at it. You heard him. Ain't that something?
I know it sounds crazy. I know.
No, it does sound crazy. Yeah.
Come on, give it to me. But yeah. I mean, sex and dating, two different things. You know what I mean? So
I mean, it is true. This is why I be telling women to stop having sex with men unless y'all in relationships, because
they can't. They can't.
They can. Why can't
no,
they?
I mean, not black women, but women in particular. You know.
Why can't they?
I say that because.
Wait, let me rewind that.
Unless y'all in relationships, because
they can't. But yeah. I mean, sex and dating, two different things. You know what I mean? So
I mean, it is true. This is why I be telling women to stop having sex with men unless y'all in relationships, because
they can't. They can't.
They can. Why can't
no,
they?
I mean, not black women, but women in particular. You know.
Why can't they?
I say that because.
So I mean, why would anybody want to date this guy? That's why he's single. Because I mean, he seems like a bluntly honest guy. So if he tells women that there's no commitment that's going to be had, women, many of which have a lot of value, are not going to hang around. They're going to leave. And that's why he's by himself now and desperately on Kendra's show looking for somebody.
Never listen to what a female woman. I never listen to what they say. I see what they do. Now,
yes, I agree.
I can say, hey, I don't want this type of female, but depending on like my personality, I think I'm a funny guy. I could be corny at times, and I know there's a lot of females like that. So, you know, I tend to just go off what they do versus what they say. Because the woman can tell you, hey, I want $100,000 man, but they having babies with niggas that's in the streets. So, I mean, let's keep it real. That's all women, though, not just one particular race. Because you'll give a brother that's 6'4" a chance versus
well,
a
if there's
dude.
so many women that are like that, dude, then why are you on Kendra's show? You know what I mean? It's like, if you think there's so many out there that are having babies by other men, but say they want $100,000 man, then you shouldn't be having any problem. You can find somebody who's willing to take your meager means and your average at best looks. That's how I see it.
Dude that's 5'10" and under. You require him to do all of this, but this dude that's 6'4" because he looked good and he got the height, I'm gonna just give it to him. They complain when they get pregnant. Oh, well,
Men that complain like this usually have low self-esteem because you're not supposed to be even thinking about other men. That's my feeling. I mean, it doesn't sound good.
Didn't work out. Well, you knew that before you got with him. Just be honest. I'm not here to bash. I'm just, my reality.
After bashing, now he's not out here to bash.
What I see, and I listen to the people that's on your show. A lot of them be kind of contradicting themselves a lot, but I just
What's some
don't
of the
think.
biggest contradictions that you've heard?
Oh, the biggest one is I'm not ready, but at the same time, I have 3 kids by 3 men. I was too young, but she was old enough to have sex.
You see how he's complaining about other things, but actually he himself had casual sex and probably without a rubber. He's worrying too much about things that aren't supposed to be about his business. All you need is one woman, but see, he doesn't want one woman, and that's why. He wants to keep running people through his bed. But see, and that's how I'm glad I have this skill of learning and listening to these guys, because I used to coach them back in the day in sports and listen to them when they wanted to. And that's what's got the way this guy is talking. He's talking like a guy who runs through women, and is actually he's one of the people that he is one of the pookies that are doing this shit to other women. That's the funny part. Anybody jump in? Oh, Sandy Red is in the house. Sandy Red, welcome. Okay, move forward. Here we go.
You knew what the deal was. So and that's another thing about me. I like to call people out on their BS. Just like, hey, do me. If I say something that's crazy, call me out. Just talk about
that shit was BS. Everything he just said was BS. And the sad part about it is that it was repackaged BS, because everybody who thinks red pill thinks exactly like he does. The best advice I can give men is focus on you and focus on one woman, but they won't do that. So the problem is that they start complaining because they don't get enough women. That's their problem. They want more than one. That's the issue.
And men. And men.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My bad. They want both women and men. Yeah.
The whole 3, 4, 5 kids, and I want a guy making 200,000. Trust me, them niggas ain't looking at you. Let's be honest. They're not. And if they
see, this is why he's single. All of a sudden he came on here for dating, but now he wants to talk shit. I mean, he's ugly, and there's always the ugly dudes. I mean, I was being nice saying he was average at best. He ain't even that. Let's face it. If he wants to get ugly, I can get ugly too.
That's what you said. You said average. The ladies, we never agreed with that. I want to. That's what you said. Okay. Let's be clear, because the ladies in the chat, we was already saying H no. So that's what you said, DJ. But we did never say that. He never said he was average at nothing. For real, he looks like a walrus to me.
Yeah. And he's bitter as can be too. Mr. Snoopy says this. So when a woman is realizing her errors and trying to develop standards, men try to shame her to lower her standards by mentioning her faults. Bars. You can't make this shit up. Bars.
they are, it's just sex, because they know that they got the money and you're going to give it to them. So
break that down. So you're saying a woman that has multiple children.
Yeah.
Is it multiple children or multiple men?
multiple men. Now the children, now if you got 5 kids by one guy, I understand that. That means that you're not really out here doing crazy stuff. You just with that one guy. You just
Remember,
got
this is a
pregnant.
man who has never been married, has no girlfriend, said he wants to date out, said he dated the women, his preferences, but he's not with his preferences. You know, Marcy D nailed it. He needs a therapist, not a date. That is bars. You know what I mean? He's a low value man talking shit. That's how it's going to be. I'm telling you, real high value men, the last thing, they're not thinking about women like this. They're not. That's how they know that they aren't.
And you know something, I hear and see videos of preferences doing TikTok videos on a daily basis, and usually try to get the attention of Black women, you know, about their dust bucket, Oh, he won't. I saw one. She was saying he hasn't worked in 7. He ain't worked in 7 years. He won't go get a job. He lays around the house, and he was in the car while she was talking on TikTok, and she's asking Black women what to do. Becky, honey.
Man, that's crazy.
No, Becky, no. And my thing is, I wish that Black women would stop responding. Stop responding to these passport hoes, and stop responding to these Beckys. Let them march and let them respond in the TikTok page.
Bars. Darnell, are you there? Oh, he's Billy. Here we go.
All those times by.
Yeah, I'm here.
But the multiple guys, it's like
checking in with you.
That's a lot of guys. Like I understand you having sex with. You're not even protecting yourself. That's what I see. You letting 5 guys.
Wait, this is a guy who probably had unprotected sex himself with a woman just a day or two ago. This is the funny part. He's ugly. He's lonely because he wouldn't be on Kendra's show if he wasn't. Okay, he's unattractive. He's not attracting anybody because if he was, he would be too busy on a date right now. And he has the nerve to disrespect Black women. He's on here disrespecting Black women, even though he wants to bullshit and sound like, oh, I mean all women. We know that this is a mostly Black women show.
Yeah. He looks like one of these dudes in LA, bro, that be on Skid Row.
Yeah, I mean, if you walk back past any attractive woman, she's not even looking at him. And that's why he's on the show. Not only because of looks, but she's going to get this weird energy that he's thinking right now. He's going to turn off women that may not even have the negative things that he talks about just because it sounds disgusting, because he's a disgusting person.
Yeah.
Yes, hit you raw. Yeah. Dump inside you. Now you pregnant. Now you mad at.
See, I knew he was going to go there. That's not even his business. His business is finding a woman for him. But he won't find a woman for him because he's too busy he probably does the dumping. That's what's crazy about this. It's kind of like they have amnesia, selective amnesia. Wow, I didn't use a condom last time. Wow, so now I'm on Kendra's show. Yeah, and all these women out here letting dudes dumping. Oh, yeah, I did kind of dump it. Yeah, and then that's basically what he's doing. These hypocrites are crazy. That's the word I'm looking for. He's a hypocrite. Darnell, what are your thoughts on this dude so far? I know I'm ripping into him, so if you want to defend him, feel free.
Well, like I said, as far as this dude goes, I can't defend him, DJ Torch. I'll just be honest with you. I can't do it.
Got it. We'll keep going. Here we go.
Black men because they not take care of their kids. But you knew how he was before you got with him.
Yeah, and I guess a lot of women knew how this man, Chris, was when they got with him and got rid of him because he's single right now, right? See?
Yeah.
God, this guy.
DJ Source, I want to throw a hypothetical question out here too. I just thought about this. Is why does it seem like these guys? This is supposed to be a dating show, right? I don't watch this stuff. I only watch it on here. It's a dating show, right? It's like a dating app. It's a dating show, okay? Which means you're supposed to be showing the best side of you. You know what I'm saying? You know, to present. And how does it always turn into a Black woman fashion session sometimes, you know, or either a therapeutic? I mean, is Kendra a therapist? It turns into a therapy session. You know, it's supposed to be a dating show. And you have a nerve to critique Black women, and you can't even go on a dating show and just go in there and just get to the point. Why you got to bring Black women? But like I said in the chat to one of the Miss, what I said to is that Kendra G is a mammy, so she wants to throw these dust buckets at Black women way instead of just letting him go. Take what he likes, put him out there, and let it go. Stop trying to convince.
You brought up a good point, and I'll tell you why. If he's truly looking for a woman, he is doing the last thing you want to do, is bash women, literally bash women on a dating show. So it tells me that, and he represents a large portion of Black men, that his goal is not to be in a loving relationship with a woman, but just to basically hate on women, and especially Black women. As ugly as this guy is, he still thinks he has enough cachet to talk shit about Black women, looking the way he does, living the way he does, because he just had sex, but he's on a show trying to get more sex. He said he didn't want to marry anybody. He said he wants to be single. So he's basically saying that I want to be Pookie. So he is basically the women that he disses women for getting with. I mean, he's the man that he is dissing women for getting with. He is that man. Except he's ugly as he gets uglier every time he opens his mouth, in my opinion. He is. He's an ugly dude. Inside
He can only get his equal in the other race. That's it. He can't get no high quality like a Latina woman or Caucasian woman, no. But he can go get a reject Becky, you know what I'm saying? You know, in a secondhand Latina.
Maybe,
you know
I don't know.
what I'm
He might be able to get him, but he can't keep him because he wouldn't be on
Well, because I see them, I be seeing them, and I be thanking God that a Black woman don't have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? I be thanking the higher power every time I see them with their reject Beckys. I be thanking, thank goodness. You know what I'm saying? This Becky saved a Black woman's life today. So, you know, but just go. Shut up about it. Just go.
Yep. Sandy Red breaks it down like this, and this is bars right here. Kendra letting these guys go off helps women vet better if they want to date and marry. Bars. Use it as a teaching tool. This is a low value for women because men, who knows, you know, who thinks how men thinks. He's a low value man. His money means nothing to you ladies because he probably won't spend it on you anyway. The torture you have to go through to be with a dude like this is not worth anything, even if he provided everything for you. And he can't, because really $70K, that's not a whole lot of money. I mean, even if you lived in an area that was, you know, had a good financial, you know, what would you call it, baseline for somebody making $70K. Number one, he doesn't have the mindset to spend that on a woman that's good. Number two, he's probably single now because he cheated on somebody, or they found him to be exactly who he is, a low value man. Or three, everything that you're hearing from him now, they found out and left him. It's what a lot of men don't realize is just because you're talking about another woman doesn't mean a woman will take offense to you saying this kind of shit like he's saying. He's a disgusting dude. And I honestly didn't think I thought he was funny. I thought he was funny at first, and he wants to commingle. But it is a deep lesson. I mean, what Sandy Red said was correct. He is a perfect teaching a tool to show you the mentality of a lot of black men out there. He will himself will attest that, there's a lot of men who think like me. He will be one of the ones to say that. So you have to ask yourself this. This is the question you need to ask yourself. You can get this from another race who gets more money, who has higher value. Why would you take it from a black man? And it doesn't mean go date out, but what it means is, why would you take this kind of shit from a man just because he has the same skin color of you? He's disrespectful. He's not very good looking. It's not like he's a model or nothing. He makes decent money, but that doesn't mean anything, because you hear he's got an ugly soul. So you have to ask yourself, it's like, wow. I mean, back in the day, the advantage that black men we had clearly over other races, at least back then, whether it was true or not, we had the mystique of at least understanding and empathizing with black women because we were the same race. Now it's not the same. It's not like that anymore. It's not like that anymore. You hear how we talk. He could very well, as far as his dating thought pattern, he thinks like really a bigoted Caucasian person. When you think about it, that's exactly what everything coming out of his mouth is exactly how a bigoted Caucasian person would say or sound like. I know it because I've been there. I've been in front of bigoted Caucasian people, and they sound just like he does when they talk about black women. No, actually, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. They don't sound this bad, actually. They don't go in, they don't sit on black women like he's sitting on black women.
Good night, Ellen.
Ellen, have a good night. Thanks for coming up to the panel, Ellen. But I'm hoping I'm making this clear. It's like, if you're not good, I mean, think about it. This is the perfect teaching tool, because why would you take this shit from this dude and not take it from some other dude who may or may not be of another race? I don't know. That's pretty much it.
I don't know why. I don't know why black women don't. Well, I'm saying black women as the majority, but in my opinion, majority is too much black male worship, and it's just like, how much more teaching tools do you need? But I'm just logical. I'm a logical person. I've been in relationships, with black men several times, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not perfect, no one is, but damn, it's the same cycle over and over again. When do you, as the woman, stop and say, okay, this is
exactly
how many more teaching tools, what they say once, what they're saying, DJ, about once, shame on you, twice. What's that little saying they have out there?
What is it? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Something like that.
And yeah, something like that. Yeah. So like, when do you, how, because first of all, the young black ladies need an example, and you got to set standards so they see not to lower their bar. You know what I'm saying? These young girls out here, but instead we got to deal. You won't talk about that. You already said that, but that's coming up. You got the mamas out here teaching their daughters how to twerk and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's not making it any better for dudes that we know about. Okay. So, but it's time for black women. I just God, I just wish that majority would just walk away. That's the only
Yeah,
way that black men are going to learn. Like,
true.
stop saving them. Stop bailing them out of jail. Stop
Right.
celebrating when they get out of jail for heinous crimes that they commit. Now, if they didn't commit a crime, yeah, celebrate that for false, imprisonment. But for
Right.
the other shit, why are y'all throwing parties? And a person gets out and do the same thing over and over again. The black male worship has black women bound under like a spell, and some of that, in my opinion, is religion as well. Stay
Right.
by your man, pray for your man, don't leave, hope for your man, do this, but pray in the morning for all these books and sermons in the Christian bookstores, in the pulpit, are worshiping black men, and that's
Right.
why a lot of them are being exposed this year. But guess what? I posed the question the other day to a chat. So we're talking about all these things that black men are doing, black women, TD fake, all this stuff that's going on. What are y'all going to do? So after you know all this, after you feel the way you feel about black men, what are y'all going to do? Because if you
Right.
don't change, they're not going to change
Right.
ever.
All right. Darnell, last thoughts. What do you think?
Well, I was hearing a lot, but my last thoughts are, okay, I'm not saying black men are perfect. I mean, hell, I'll even agree that a majority of black men are probably horrible men. My opinion, I believe 2 out of 3 black men are horrible. That's 56%. So I do agree that, yeah,
he goes.
Well, let him cook. Let him cook.
But at the same time, I just can't say, okay, the problem are black male worship. I think there is a bigger issue going on. I haven't found the answer to it. I'm looking for that answer, but there's a bigger issue than saying, okay, all black men are bad. New Diamond, when you said that, for example, we don't need black men, matter of fact, come to think of it, I have an issue with my truck, as a matter of fact. Not that I'm saying I'm going to take it to a black mechanic or anything, but, hey, if he's black and he can fix my truck, great. But the drive shaft went out on my truck, snapped in half. Tell me something. You said that black women will miraculously survive without black men. Now, if that is true, then in theory, I should be able to find a female mechanic or woman mechanic to fix my truck, right? I should be able to find one.
Wait, I think you're thinking about it wrong. Wait, wait. Hold on for a minute. Darnell, just because all black men disappear doesn't mean a black woman can't get her car fixed. Most black women. Wait, let me cook for a minute.
Okay.
Most black people in general don't get their cars fixed from black people. Okay? We don't own that many shops. There are plenty of other options. That's the thing. I understand what you're saying. I think you're making it sound like that black men are the only choice that black women have. And
no, sir. I'm not saying that. No,
but it's kind of it's kind of coming off here. Shout out to King Lucifer in the house. King Lucifer says, sounds like you're referring to black people that live in the hood, which is typical hood behavior. Bars. No, it's no, the thing is that maybe you're explaining it wrong. Maybe not explaining it in your analogy is not hitting hard enough, because I mean, the only women the black women that would affect would be the black women that are would die before dating another race. You see what I'm saying?
Well, it's not even about dating another race. Like I say, you find a white guy that can fix it, no problem. But again, I had said earlier that, You stop dating black men, and like I said, eventually the black race will disappear. Again, it takes two.
It's going to disappear anyway because black men are dating out more than black women are.
Okay.
Exactly.
I don't know the numbers. I don't know the numbers of that, but
oh, I do. It's twice as much. It's 25% black men. It's like 12% for black women.
Okay. I'll take your word for it because I can't.
Oh, when we do the numbers live stream, we can, I'll pop it up on the screen. But
Darnell, don't sit here, Darnell, and act like you don't know this. Let's stop all this, okay? Acting, you must have took theater in school because we see on the internet. You do not see.
Wait. You can reply, but a little more relaxed. I know you're frustrated with them, but a little more relaxed. Let's go forward. Go ahead.
Okay, Darnell, sweetie. Honey. I'll go gentle with you. Okay.
Go back to the way you were before.
Yeah. Go back to the way you were before. I prefer that.
All right. Okay. Anyway, we see on the internet every day for like the past how many years. Who do you see mostly on the internet bragging about going to the opposite race? Black men. You do not see black women. Even the ones who have already divested after being so frustrated, they don't even bother with you no more. For real. Even the celebrities like Eve and when Tina Turner was here and other ones, when they left the Ikes and all that, they left it alone. Okay. So it's black men that's on the internet every day talking about they prefer the other race. It's not black women that are doing that. So what are you talking about? You don't know the percentage.
I need to read this right here. And then let me read this real quick, Darnell, and then you can reply. Mr. Snoopy says this: I have built a Caterpillar mining truck from a frame. So I think I can handle maintenance on a damn car.
Wait. Hey, I need a new drive shaft. You want to come to Phoenix and replace the drive shaft? I'll give you the job.
Wait a minute. See, Darnell, you're proving her point correctly, though. She can give you maintenance, but what I'm saying is this: they're proving you wrong by the point of you needing help. But this woman right here, built a damn Caterpillar mining truck. So women, if all black men left, right, and let's say they were all getting their services done by black men, right? Mm-hmm. Black women would adjust, just like they have adjusted now. They're in jobs now that black men seem to think that they're competing for, when really they're not. Black men should be just doing their own thing, competing against men, but they don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. But DJ Torch, how many women are in the construction field? And I'm talking all races of women. How many of them are in the construction field, mechanical field, things that are typically dominated by men?
Okay, I don't have those numbers, but I would say that at least if I have to do it by my measuring from my past gig, 1 out of 10, maybe 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20 do some sort of construction. One woman out of 20 men. That's what I mean.
Okay. It's basically around 2%. Around 2% of women, and keep in mind that's all races. That's not just black women.
And check this out. Guess how many black men are in technology?
Not many.
5%. But we're not gonna die. We're not gonna die. Like, we can fix our computer, right?
Yeah.
So.
What I was saying is that the case of, okay, even if you do divest, for example, and especially if you believe in the words of Cynthia G, which if you are if one of your parents is another race, then you are not even black. You are multiracial.
So?
Well, again, I have no issues with it. Personally, I have no issues with it. But the thing is that as I said earlier, the black race would just basically die off, especially if you don't believe that, if you believe that you have to have two black parents to raise a black child, to have a black
Right,
child.
but what's the value in that?
What is the
I
value?
never got the value in that.
Well, I never said that there was value. I never said that there is value. Like my opinion, again.
Then it's not a problem. If
No,
all black men
I-
disappeared, right?
Yeah.
Black women would survive because there's a whole lot of other types of men, right? Now the
Yeah.
children would be mixed of some sort, right? But I mean, there would be enough
But they're not-
black
but again-
representation depending on the strength of the genes and whatever. So, you know,
Not if you believe in the words of Cynthia G. Not if you believe in her words.
no, I mean
Like
the thing
that.
is this is that, but I mean I don't believe everything she says. You know, believe it or not, I don't believe everything she says. Not every single word. I don't even think people who are fans of Cynthia G would believe every single word she says. The point I'm making is this: is that it's really, I think you're bringing up really kind of like that argument you're bringing up. The last time I heard somebody bring that up was Fuentes. The hate group
Nick
guy.
Fuentes.
You see what I'm saying?
Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, Nick Fuentes. He brought up that about Caucasian people, which is strange because he's mixed himself. But I digress. The point of the matter is that it really, I mean, the thing is this. That's the thing I think that is weird is why would that even be a okay, come through builders. Why would that even be something to even debate about, knowing that there's other men in the world, that black women will be probably perfectly happy with? Some, don't get me wrong, there's a large portion of black women that will miss black men, yes. But the bottom line is this is like, it's not like black men are treating black women better than everybody else, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, I'm not saying that black women shouldn't go out and date, other races. In fact, I actually encourage you. I encourage you to keep your options open.
No, but you were saying that what would happen if all the black men disappeared, and it's like not a whole lot.
Well, that's because earlier what I had said was, what New Diamond had said earlier was black men were going to disappear, and I made the comment, well, what do you think is going to happen to black women when black men disappear? That's what
hold on. No, that's not what I said. But someone did say that. Miss Ellen said that. But what I said was that it doesn't take black women. There's a thing called, I can't pronounce it right now, but it's percentages or something like that. But what I'm saying is that there was a time on earth when there was just women on the earth. They did not need men. Okay. That BS religious story that whatever. So what I'm saying to you is that the matriarchy once was the founding energy on this planet that created the planet, and that's a deeper thing I can't get into right here in this conversation. But if you really want to,
no, because you're being vague. That's the problem.
because I can't explain that to you in the session that we have. It's too deep to explain that to you in this session. Just talking, it's not a 1, 2, 3 discussion.
Okay, wait, let me pause you guys for 1 second. Marcy D says this: if all men disappeared, there would be a bunch of fat, happy women and no crime, or at least minimal crime.
Yeah, minimal. Yeah.
I mean, minimal. I mean, because, and that's another point that I think, if we want to use Darnell's example, is like, what happens if all black men disappear? Well, I'm afraid to tell you this, but a lot of people would be, they wouldn't be upset. And I'm a black man, and unfortunately, I have to be realistic as well. They wouldn't be upset. Crime in our area would drop drastically, because I think black men represent probably what, 75, maybe 80%. What do you think, Darnell?
My opinion, I think black men represent about 1/3, maybe half of all crime. But that's my opinion. And I'm
Half?
speaking African American men.
Okay, well, we'll save that for the numbers live stream. I think half is a little bit low.
Well, I
Because-
mean, the thing is, go
Okay,
ahead. I'm sorry.
Think about it like this, Darnell. There's 30% of black men in prison right now, one way or the other, right?
Yes, sir.
And women. Let's and the numbers are weird, Dale, but I'm just gonna say, let's say there's, and this is high, probably 7% of black women, right? Now that's not.
No, that's not high. That's actually pretty accurate.
Okay. Do black women outnumber black men?
Yes, by a small percentage, but yes.
By 2 million or something like that.
I don't know the total number, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So I guess my point is there's no way that it can be 50-50 crime with those stats. You see what I'm saying?
Well, see, but that's the thing. It's not just black men or black women committing the crimes. White women, white men.
No. I'm talking about just in it. This is just black folks.
Okay.
Okay. So I understand what you're saying. Yeah, when you build, if you gauge it like that, then yeah, it's different. But in our community, okay, that's how I'm going to serve it like this. In our community, if it is a community, or our culture, because some people think there isn't a community, what percentage do you believe men in our community are committing crimes versus black women? What percentage do you think that is?
I have to crunch some numbers, but I would let me give you a rough estimate. So for every one black woman that commits a crime, I would say at least 4 black men will commit a crime. But again, I have to crunch numbers. I have to do some research and crunch numbers on that.
So is that like 75%?
That'd be more like 80%. 4 out of so if you got 4 out of 5 criminals, right?
Okay.
4 out of 5 would be 80%.
Got it. Okay. So all that crime goes away when these black men go away. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, like
No. That's wrong, because it's going to be offset by the whatever race, whatever. See, it's not going to be like that was actually wrong of me to say that. 80% when the crime wouldn't drop to 80. You know, it wouldn't be like 80% when those guys leave, the other guys come in and life is perfect. I understand that. So you're looking at an offset of more like what? Well, I mean, we're really playing with some weird numbers. I would say let's take it that it would drop from maybe 80% of crime to 60%. See what I'm saying? Because you have to attest for those other races committing crimes as well, of men committing crimes as well, right?
Correct. Unfortunately, like I said, I hate to admit it, but it's true that men do commit more crimes than women, regardless of race.
Right.
You look at any demographic, and it'll the numbers. Look at the DOJ, and it'll tell you that.
All right, I just had to put my watch on the charger.
And who is responsible for most of it in the black culture?
Well, of course, it's going to be black men, but again, you're talking about proximity. Who's responsible for majority of the crime in the white community? It's going to be white men.
Well, why are we setting standards based upon other communities or races? Why every time black?
I'm not.
Yes, you did. If you refer to other races every time, I know you do this. Other men do this when I'm in conversation with them. Well, the white man does it. Well, the white man does it. What about the white people? They do it. Well, I thought y'all was kings and queens.
You're missing the point. You're on a tangent.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not missing
Okay,
the
what I'm gonna
point.
do is this. I'm gonna stop that. We're gonna play a little bit more of this tape, and and then we're gonna head on out. Here we go.
So you think it's unrealistic for a mom of three by three men to get a man that makes 200K or more to marry her?
Yeah, I think so.
And why would that be?
Because the three guys that wasn't making that, you didn't require that from them, and you got babies by them. You know, I'm telling you from a guy's point of view. If I see you with, you know, multiple baby daddies and you require a man of a certain stature, you don't really qualify for that because you didn't really give the other guy those qualities. You know, you didn't say, hey, look, you know, this is the type of guy. Look, I understand you got kids and you want to have sex, but let's just wrap it up. If you know you don't want kids, choose protection.
You know what's funny about this? He just said wrap it up. Women don't wrap it up. Dudes wrap it up, dumbass. Dudes wrap it up. And I bet he didn't wrap it up when he got with the woman too. I guarantee you he didn't. This is why Cynthia G and Priscilla will be doing quite well, because these guys right here, the excuse is a perfect built-in excuse. Ignorance. It's like, look, why would anybody want to bear a child who grows up and thinks like this about women? Who he himself has proven without knowing it that he's low value. There's plenty of, believe it or not, there are plenty of women that get remarried who have kids. And again, as New Diamond said, what is he doing on this show? He's supposed to be that, and that's the problem that Kendra's going to have on her show. These people are going to start coming up from the manosphere and wanting to turn her show into a manosphere show. Now, who knows? She might be down for that. But it's going to start to get ugly. She should have really, by now, she should have told dude, look, you know, let's keep it on the dating thing so we can move. She should have got this rid of. She's gonna have to start getting rid of these manosphere dudes. I guarantee you, he's probably got some fucking channel too. Anyway, I think I heard enough of this dude. Okay, let's do last words again. Just your thoughts. Let's keep your thoughts strictly on this guy here and what he's been talking about. Because all the numeric stuff we're going to save. I already got a live stream lined up for that. So let's save that debate. And it would be nice to have you two at that debate when it comes up. I believe it's next week. Okay. Let's go with New Diamond first and then Darnell last.
Oh, well, I'm just, you know, I mean, a dust bucket will be a dust bucket. You know, and that's all I can say. I mean, for real, I don't understand why well, I do understand. I do know why he's on the show, and that is to get attention, you know, to get attention from Black women, the Black women that he don't want, quote unquote, you know,
right.
And that, you know, so, but anyway, he's very entertaining, you know, like Miss, I think it was Miss, who was it, said that he was a teaching tool, you know, but I think that we have too many teaching tools out here to continue to be fools. And I'll leave it at that.
Right. Darnell.
Yes. I mean, I do agree with what New Diamond had said. You said this guy is going to be or excuse me, not this guy particularly, but in general, what did you say? Rust bucket? What was it? Rust bucket?
Dust bucket.
Dust bucket. Dust bucket. I do agree that a dust bucket is going to be a dust bucket. You can't change, you know, you got to call a spade a spade. This guy, I mean, there are certain points that he does make, but for the most part, like, my opinion, this guy is not genuine at all. You know, I mean, you can definitely tell. Okay, first of all, he's on a black dating show, looking for white and Latina women. Like
Right.
that's not even the demographic. So I mean, that should have been the first clue right there. You know, so you know, when it comes to this guy, but I mean, he does make certain valid points that okay, and you know, again, this is not to say that you know single moms are never going to find a husband. That's not true, but it is a little bit more difficult when you have liability and you're looking for a certain caliber of man. It's going to be a lot more difficult because you got to remember you're competing, like it or not, you're competing with other women that may not have the same liabilities that you have.
All right. Shout out to Mystic Moon. Mystic Moon, have a good sleep, everybody. Give her a hand of applause. I understand what you're saying. I think he really, when it comes right down to it, I think, Chris Lake came on here to insult black women. He came on to Kendra's show to insult black women. It's nothing good. There's nothing productive on what he said that's going to help him get anybody. He came on here to insult them. And he did because he has an ugly soul. And that's the problem that a lot of black men are having, is because not only is women going to see him having an ugly soul, but since he hangs out with a certain group of men, those group of men, whether they want to be seen as ugly or not, are going to be seen as ugly. That's pretty much all I got to say. I'm going to kick the beat. Here we go. All right, I'd like to thank everybody for coming through. Remember, we got a show tomorrow, CTE in the community, breaking it down. Here we go. In the house, Phoenix Soul, FGD, New Diamond, Darnell, Blessed DNC, the Rap Girls, Can't Get Laid, Andy Red, Mr. Snoopy, RCD, no need to say. Elvieto Press, Richard Mouton, I follow to the edge of it all. Blessed DNC, to the edge of it all. The Rack Girls, so tell your good night, 'cause I'll find no matter what. King Lucifer, yeah, susceptible. Bring this down just a second. So tell you good night, 'cause I'll find no matter what. Susceptible Ellen Ripley. It's not a problem. BBB. 'Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say. We'll be out there. Speaking knowledge. Kevin, the lifestyle guy. To the edge of it all. So tell you good the enlightened Tim. 'Cause I'll find no matter what. Yeah. Susceptible before the moment flies. Before it flies. So tell you good K Brown. I'll find a better
like to thank everybody for coming through. Yeah, Swanko. Yeah, you a little bit late, my man. Catch us on the next one. Everybody, have a good night.